Hi everyone, welcome to our PBA Season 50 Commissioners Cup online chat party here on our One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. Today, Rain or Shine is going to be taking on the Converge FiberXers in the first game of our PBA Friday doubleheader at the Mall of Asia Arena. The Elasto Painters are still at the top of the standings. They have extended their unbeaten start to 5-0 after holding off San Miguel Beer in their last game. Ang final score dyan, 116 to 112. Six Rain or Shine players scored in double digits, led by import Jalen Johnson's 24 points to help his squad remain undefeated. And of course, it is a special day para dito sa Rain or Shine because we are officially retiring Gabe Norwood's number 5 jersey today to really commemorate his 17-year legacy. I know a lot of people really look up to Gabe Norwood. So please, if you are joining our live chat party, send your messages to Gabe as we go through his jersey retirement today. And let us know your favorite memories of Gabe Norwood as he went through his stellar 17-year career in the PBA. On the other hand, Converge is still struggling here in our Commissioner's Cup after a 99-93 defeat to Ginebra for their fourth consecutive loss. Going back to the last meeting of Rain or Shine and Converge, ang naging score dyan, Rain or Shine defeated Converge 90-84 during the 2025 to 2026 Philippine Cup elimination rounds. And Rain or Shine has actually beaten Converge in 3 of their last 4 outings, so we will see if Converge will get their revenge today or will the unbeaten streak continue para dito sa Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Tingnan natin ang ating team standings so far. Rain or Shine, again, at the top of the standings, 5-0 for them. NLEX and Meralco following suit, 4-1. Ang Phoenix Fuel Masters, Terra Firma with 3 wins each, along with Ginebra, San Miguel Beer. TNT, Magnolia, and Titan Ultra still with 2 wins so far. Blackwater Bossing Converge with 1 win here in the conference, followed by the Macau Black Knights, still struggling to get their first win of the conference. Now let's talk about the key players for both of these teams, starting with Converge. So far, Justin Baltazar and Mikey Williams really stepping up for the local brigade against Ginebra. These are their stats, but unfortunately, they still fell short. Looking at Baltazar, putting up 20 points, 7 rebounds, hitting 8 out of 11 field goals. Para naman dito kay Mikey Williams, 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. So for sure, they will be doing everything that they can to help their team here today as they want to get back to their winning ways and back to the winning column dito sa ating Commissioner's Cup. Let's hear Coach Delta Pineda's thoughts on how they're doing so far.
Yes, for straight loss. You see 3 players na naman ang wala sa amin na naman. Una, 2 lang. And then we're missing Aranya kasi sakit. 3 days ng off. Talagang wala, hindi maiwasan eh. Hindi kami makompleto-kompleto. This is a big game for us, but I need to consider yung sitwasyon ng bata. Hindi ko naman pwede para siya yung maglaro. Talagang masama yung sitwasyon niya.
Rob, si Calvin naka-uniform kanina pero di naglaro. Ano lang po yung diagnosis?
Start-up pa lang ng ganyan yun. Pero hoping na on Rain or Shine, okay na siya. Rain or Shine na makapaglaro.
Coach, nabanggit nyo nga po na parang the recent games, puro manpower issues yung nagiging problema ng team. Parang gano'n lang po ito kahirap for a team that's been trying to build yung gusto nyong chemistry sana.
Kasi, parang kailangan po namin tanggapin eh. Hindi, walang may gusto sa sitwasyon na to. Walang gusto yung man po namin na makompleto. Talagang dala po ng mga injuries, hindi po namin talaga mapwersa yung mga bata. Baka mas malaking maging damage kung pwersa po namin. So, in-expect din mo, 2 lang ang kulang namin. Suddenly, Aranya ko, nagkasakit. So, wala rin po. Gagamitin ko talaga, may hirapan lang po yung bata.
Ramdam talaga yung frustration ni Coach Delta, but of course, he's putting the health of the team as the first priority. They have been short of Juan Gomez Del Llano and Calvin Abueva in their previous games, and they're hoping that Calvin Abueva can suit up today. Let's see if he will be healthy enough to give the Converge FiberXers the boost that they need. But speaking of the boost that they've been needing, nagpaparamdam naman ang kanilang import na si Kyler Kelly, who has been doing his part with another double-double outing in their last game. But again, it was not enough as they are moving on to a 1-4 start here in this conference. He had 13 points, 15 rebounds, 6 out of 6 from the field para dito kay Kyler Kelly in their game against Ginebra. He's probably going to have to do more to help his team get the win here today. Now, I'm also asking everyone na nasa chat natin, alam ko maraming nanonood ng mga PBA fans from all across the world. Please let me know where you're watching from para mabigyan ko kayo ng shoutout mamaya. And reminding everyone na para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide, digital money transfer at walang transfer fee to mobile banks and e-wallets. And of course, for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and TikTok. Magbabalik kami, tutok lang kayo dito. Chat party here on our One Sports YouTube. Magsisimula na ang ating laro. Pero pag-usapan lang natin ng mabilis ang ating key players para dito sa Rain or Shine. Starting with Jalen Johnson, who has been pacing a very balanced Rain or Shine scoring, seeing 6 players in double figures in their big win against San Miguel. But Jalen Johnson put up 24 points, 5 rebounds, 9 out of 14 from the field. And of course, nagpaparamdam din ang locals nitong Rain or Shine, and Adrian Nocom and Felix Lemeti. They have been putting up big numbers para dito sa
integrate Mikey into their system.
First is Mikey must have a higher percentage field goal kumbaga sa kanyang laro. Dahil nga napakarami ng kanyang mintis, wala pa sa pwesto yung kanyang mga rebounders to get rebounds. At yung timing, those things kasi hindi pwedeng on the fly. Parang nangyari on the job training. Pagdating sa laro, saka sila nag-a-adjust. Not enough time for them to play alongside Mikey. But Mikey is definitely one of the best in the PBA. Alam naman natin yung hardware niya. A lot of championships when he was playing for his previous team. And also, 2-time MVP sa finals yan. So alam natin ang kalibre ni Mikey.
Absolutely. And, I mean, that guy has proven so much in little time he's been in the league. Pero ito nga nagbabalik and looking to add to his credentials. Clarito, meanwhile, siya magsisimula ng ating laro with 2 points from the line. Kelly. Ito na coach, yung sinasabi mong more touches, unang touch pa lang, 2 puntos agad.
He has to be involved. Hindi talaga pwede yung aasa lang siya sa weak side, tapos kung dumating ang bola sa kanya, saka lang siya tutulong. Ang importante rito is marami siyang pagkakataong makashoot dahil 6 out of 6 nga ito in their previous game against Ginebra.
How about Stockton with a block there on the rookie David. Now they involve Arana. Stop. In the middle, kicked it out to Williams. Long rebound, nabuli ni Clarito. Tiongson, gustong umatake. Realized it was a bad idea against Kelly. Mafa-foul naman si Mamuyak. Or actually, it's a turnover. Allow me to correct myself. Nawala yung bola dun. Take a look at this block again from Stockton.
Nice anticipation by Alex Stockton. And we also expect itong Rain or Shine not to be as quick as how they played in their previous games. Dahil quick turnaround dito eh. They just played last Wednesday against San Miguel. Tapos takbuhan ng takbuhan yun. Tapos ngayon maglalaro na naman sila against Converge.
Yung running game ba, Coach, has that been the biggest factor sa 5-0 start ng Rain or Shine?
Oh yes, alam naman natin yun. Kasama talaga sa game plan ni Coach Yeng Giao, running their opponents to the ground. And we saw a lot of fast break points also in their victory. That record-breaking victory against Blackwater. Ang dami rin puntos nila sa fast break. At ngayon, susubukan na naman nila because of the stops that they're doing. They want to push that ball as fast as they can and try to generate points or easy baskets, as what we call it.
How do you try and counter that? If you're Converge, and as we see David hit a 3, paano mo mape-prevent sa pagtakbo yung kalaban?
Well, two things. Number one, you want to limit your turnovers because usually off the turnovers, you will not be in a good balance to defend. So makakababa ka ng maganda kung hindi ka nagtatapon ng bola. Pangalawa, shot selection. As much as you can, you want to score every basket, although it is easier said than done. But what is important is for them to get closer to the rim. It's not a long rebound para hindi rin makatakbo itong Rainer Shine.
Oh, that's 2 times that Rainer Shine was denied at the basket. Williams on the other side knocks down the 3.
It is just a matter of time. You saw a glimpse of the old Mikey Williams in his previous game. Now in his second shot here in this game, he was able to nail it. 50% from the 3, but he scored his first 3 points in the game.
I think lahat naman ng PBA fans na nakapanood kay Mikey dati, alam nila at some point babalik yung laro nito. Look at him, getting comfortable with Converge. And this is a strong rally mula dito sa FiberXers.
And this is more likely or expected from Converge. Sila ang tatakbo dahil nga may pagod factor pa itong ROS.
Kaya nga nakakagulat na 0 yung points of turnovers ng Converge against Barangay Ginebra. It only tells us that Ginebra was really able to stop Converge from what the FiberXers wanted to do. Tingnan muna natin to, Coach RG, a 3-point shot brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Mikey Williams hitting it from downtown.
Definitely has a license to shoot, but the next time they were running the break, he did not settle for an outside shot. He made that behind the back pass to his teammate. So what is nice is we also see Justin Arana getting his groove back, getting his confidence in terms of just putting baskets inside the rim. Dahil nga maapektuhan si Arana dahil it's an imported conference, unlimited yung height. Yung pwesto niya ang kinain nitong si Kyler Kelly.
Mamuyak hits from the line. And this time, let's bring in Apple again.
Jet and Coach RG, Converge is finally parading a full squad today with Juan Gomez de Leaño, Calvin Abueva, and Justin Arana fit to play. The record is bad as it is at 1-4, and cliche as it is, sabi ni Assistant Coach Franco Atienza, they'll take it 1 game, 1 possession at a time. Pero aminado din siya na yung atmosphere in practice nag-iba. Mas seryoso, mas locked in because of the gravity of the situation. Wala silang masyadong binago when it comes to X and O's, just a different mindset knowing it's a virtual do-or-die game starting today, feeling the weight of every game, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Apple. Well, etong Converge, yun yung kailangan nila, yung sense of urgency. Kasi yung 1-4, Coach, kaya pa isalba yan. But you have to start now.
Tama yan. At they have to start also defending, especially the transition game of Rainer Shine. Back-to-back bad shots ang ginawa ng Converge. Kaya nakakatakbo na naman itong Elasto Painters. There's still a lot of kumbaga games left here sa schedule ng FiberXers, almost another turnover, but they have to start playing as a strong unit.
Here's Kelly trying to show us some range.
Probably not the best shot, pero wala na siyang option doon dahil puputokan na siya ng 24, samantala sunod-sunod na basket dito sa Elasto Painters. 7 unanswered for them, and now they're enjoying a 5-point lead.
Sabi ni Kaylan Tiongson kay Kelly, ganito lang yan. Oh, Garcia answers back with his own 3. They gave him space, Coach, and he made a pay.
You know, in this level, pag ganun na yung feeling mo, disrespected yung outside game mo, kailangan patunayan mo na pagbabayaran ng depensa yan.
You know, we know that in the PBA, syempre merong mga hindi masyado nagagamit, hindi masyado nakakascore, but just to reach this level, Coach, ang huhusay na itong mga manlalarong to.
Oh, definitely. First is, minsan makakachamba ka to get a roster spot. But if you want to stay longer in the PBA, you have to produce positive output. At yun ang ginagawa nitong si MJ Garcia.
Mamuyak will try from deep. Short on his attempt. By the way, this is the day, the afternoon, that Gabe Norwood is set to retire his number for the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. Kaya rin siguro extra ganado itong Rainer Shine to improve on their already historic 5-0 start dito sa Commissioner's Cup.
Maraming mga gaganap. Of course, nabanggit mo na yung Gabe Norwood jersey retirement. Tapos, Manila Clasico, yung second game. Kaya unti-unti nang napupuno itong SMOA.
This timeout is brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook. We'll be right back.
Ikaw may pressure backward. Okay? Tapos ayun na si Williams. Okay? Run natin isang 23. Medyo mabagal tayo Medyo mabagal tayo. We need to keep pushing the ball. Whether it's a made shot or rebound, get out on transition. Don't waste any time. Okay? No lags tayo. Don't keep the ball in your hands too long. Pass, drive, or shoot lang. Okay? So, let's run a 23. Okay? Jonard. Okay? Pag-set mo ng screen, slip ka. Okay? So we're looking for that. Whoever this guy is, pagka-set niya ng screen, di nyo nabigyan. Take this space on the driving lane. That's going to be Kaylan or JJ. Okay? Find the kick.
The man of the hour, Gabe Norwood, set to have his jersey retirement ceremony. And alam mo itong si Gabe, coach, he's a fellow who's dear to every PBA player, coach, executive, broadcaster, media personnel. Napalapit yan sa lahat because he's such a nice guy. Saul Mercado would call him a perfect person.
But I must admit, that is correct. That is a perfect description of Gabe Norwood. He is a spectacular player and also he gave a lot of service to our national team. But more than that, he is a great person.
Yeah.
I think walang makakapag-contradict. Bihira ang isang PBA player na merong ganong kabuo ang pagkatao tulad ni Gabe Norwood.
It's one thing to be a Hall of Fame basketball player, but to be a legendary human being, it takes Gabe Norwood to another level. And we're very, very excited. Samahan niyo po kami mamayang halftime, yung jersey retirement ceremony ni Gabe. Juan Gomez de Llano now on the floor after missing the Converge FiberXers last 4 games. Coach RG, yung 4 na talo, wala si Juan GDL and all of those. And he's hoping to change the narrative here in his return. But Mamuyak, kinailangan mag-imbento ng tira. Did not get anything. Williams on the run. Mikey flying and scoring a difficult layup.
Kaya alam mo, itong si Mikey is actually back dahil meron na siyang elevation, maganda na yung kanyang timing. But of course, when you talk about the pride of the Elasto Painters, you score 2 points. If you're not quick enough to run back in transition, I'm gonna score 3. So advantage 1 point for the Elasto Painters. Kaya ganun din, yun din ang lamang ngayon ng Rain or Shine. Oh, nice move by Justin Baltazar. Totally fooled his defender. Nawala sa eksena itong si Kaylan Chongson.
Kim Baltazar ba yun? Na-dream shake si Kaylan dun. How about Rain or Shine with back-to-back hits from the same spot? Pero magkaibang player.
You know, if you go up against the Elasto Painters, ang problema mo is, who are you gonna stop? Dahil napakadaming weapons, napakaraming armas. Ngayon nga, 2-3 na itong si Chongson. First quarter pa lang tayo.
You know, in the modern day PBA, it's so hard to imagine 151 points na hindi all-star game, na hindi nag-overtime. But that was Rain or Shine. They had 8 players in double figures against Blackwater. But this time, let's take a look at this one from Mikey Williams hitting that layup. And then, Kaylan Tiongson with a 3-pointer brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
Alam mo yung 151 na yun, in the NBA nangyayari yun eh. Pero napakabahira. Yung bang 56 points matatabunan ka dito sa PBA. That is really a very bad record na na-set. You don't want to be on that end of the record book. So we're talking about the defense of Blackwater.
And that was also the largest win in PBA history, 56 points.
Correct.
Baltazar trying to get into Concepcion. Pumasok na rin si Larry Muyang para sa FiberXers. Archie. Policarpio atake. Does not hit anything. 4 na lamang na Rain or Shine. And Clarito will be called for the foul. Kaya niya nakuha yung rebound. Pati si Kuya Bo niya natawa dun sa pagtulak ni Clarito to get that rebound.
Lahat pati si Coach Sheng tumalikod na lang dahil alam niya na nanggulang itong si Clarito. That is why he was able to get the offensive rebound. At ngayon ito this is a more potent and dangerous team dahil pumasok na itong si Adrian Nocum at pati itong mga new players ni Coach Yeng nakakapag-contribute rin. Ito si Manaytay, maganda yung kanyang contribution. Sabay na itong rookie players na ito. Sinama na rin itong si Roque.
Yun yung kagandaan dito sa mga rookies ni Coach Yeng. And it's also largely because of yung philosophy ni Coach Yeng as a coach. Nabibigyan ng pagkakataon lahat ng rookie and they are sinusuklian nila yung tiwala sa kanila ni Coach.
I have to agree. At yung pinakamaganda kasing pampataas ng kumpiyansa, while nakita natin mataas ang kumpiyansa nito ni Baltazar, but babalikan lang natin itong team ni Coach Sheng at ang kanyang coaching style. Pag ikaw ay open at hindi mo tinira, labas ka. So pwede ka talagang tumira anytime. But of course, if you take a basket, you miss, you have to sprint down on defense. Napakabilis ng pag-atake ni Muyang doon.
That is the importance ng isang Juan Gomez de Leaño dito sa Converge. He's a good rebounder for a guard. And the moment he got that, look at what he did, Coach.
Oh, he was able to look for his open teammate, issue that forward pass, wide open was Larry Muyang, walk along the park for him.
Tabla na naman tayo, 22 apiece as we have a timeout brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
May backpick doon baseline sila.
Si Roque, pabayaan mo na lang pumulaw. Backpick sa button. Pabayaan mo, i-bump mo lang yan. Huwag mong bigyan ng bump lang. Lateral mo kagad. Saka manina sa bola sa kaliwa yan. Transition. Bigay mo yung kaliwa niya. Saan ko na rin sa kanan.
O, sabihin mo yung backpick sa iyo. Backpick sa iyo.
Guys,
Next play, thumbs down. Next play, thumbs down.
taasan natin yung depensa natin, guys. Above 3 points. Kasi yung ball screen nila masyado mababa. Below 3 points kayo. Kaya nandun sila sa range nila eh. Tumataas daw natin. Taas yung konti. Huwag mong atrasan.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Tama. At ngayon, bababa talaga yung kanyang puntos dahil bababa yung kanyang attempts Dahil marami namang manlalaro na kukunin yung kanyang tira. Specifically, itong si Mikey Williams. Kaya nawala rin sa wisyo itong si Juan Gomez de Leaño. But the biggest difference really is his health. Kaya hindi mo pwedeng i-judge itong Converge dito sa kanilang first 5 games dahil malakas man ang kanilang roster complement, hindi naman na kumpleto, hindi pa naglalaro ng buo. Tapos itong si Calvin Abueva, kinuha nga nila via a trade pero hindi pa naglalaro dito sa konferensyang ito.
Imagine yung madadala ni Calvin, di ba? You know, now we live in the era of social media. Nakikita naman natin sa mga posts ng Converge at ng mga players ng Converge how well they're meshing with the beast.
Oh yes, kuya talaga itong si Calvin. But what you can expect is better offensive production from him.
Meron na wala yung bola. Paulie. That's gonna be a foul on Johnson. Unang foul pa lang ni Jalen Johnson. Very early in the career, the PBA career of this Rain or Shine name, nasampulan nasuspend ng isang laro. But he actually vowed, you know, na hindi na mauulit. I'm not that kind of a player. And so far, so good for him. He's been a big contributor. Kaya nga nag-5-0 itong Elasto Painters.
Some things really happen, kumbaga, brought about by the heat of the moment. But the moment it happened, he apologized right away. Tapos ang sinabi niya nga, that is not me, which I actually believe. Dahil tingnan mo yung demeanor nito, masayahing tao eh. di ba? Pero talagang pag tinamaan na lang namang hindi ka gumanti. Ganun lang kasimple yun.
Tingnan mo na lang yung TikTok niya kung para malaman nyo kung gaano siya masayahin. At
correct.
masayahin at masayawing tao yan, coach, sa
Tama.
TikTok.
If he makes a basket from deep, for example, nag-shake yan. Pag nakadunk yan, meron din siyang cheer na
May
siya lang ang may kaya.
Yeah.
Correct.
How about Baltazar? Because speaking of threes, I can hit that too. And Baltazar, now with 7 points off the bench.
And you have to remember, he did not start in this game, but he has not missed so far. And this is shooting from inside the paint, from the perimeter, also from 3. Eh, dito rin si Limeti. Ang taas ng level of play nitong si Limeti. Maganda rin ang minutong binibigay sa kanya ni Coach Sheng. Dahil nga, sinusuklian niya ng magandang laro.
Ganun lang naman yun,
Ganun
coach,
lang
diba?
yun, correct.
If you continue to play good, you see more minutes on the court. Nokum. Oh, look at that. That was Roque who tried to put it back with a slam. Not the cleanest, but they are gonna review that.
Oh, reviewable naman yon. So titingnan lang nila kung na-violate ba o offensive goaltending ang gustong makita rito. Tignan natin.
Oh, that should be clean. Under FIBA rules, pag tumalbog na sa ring, it's a free-for-all. We expect this to count, but we'll see. Offensive basket interference.
Alam mo, pero tama ka. Alam mo, yung sinabi mo na mataas na yung bola eh. Halos mga 1 foot from the rim na eh. Pero ang baka naging basis ron is pagka-dunk, gumalaw yung ring. Para yung kay Moutautua.
My apologies. I will shut up and let the referees decide.
Ay, meron pa ako 100% sure ako dyan. Tapos magsusorry rin ako eh. Hindi ko talaga pinapaantay ko na lang kung ano talaga ang verdict.
Ang isang nakita natin recently na parang gano'n, as Policarpio hits another one, yung kay Eriobu, yung dakdak niya put back then over Lucero, yun kasi sitting yung bola dun sa ring. Kaya talagang it was an easy call na offensive interference.
Okay.
But here is Nokum dancing with the defense. Limeti getting involved.
Blocked yun. Good defense by Juan Gomez Diliano. Now they're pushing.
Poli again. Hinabol ni Manaytay. Policarpio on the floor. Should be okay though.
Yeah, he wanted to attack aggressively. It was just a strong regular foul, pero off balance si Policarpio ron because yung kanyang speed, tapos he lost his balance in the air, kaya medyo masama yung kanyang bagsak, pero pinagpag lang ni Poli yan.
Ito si Poli, coach. Pumasok siya sa PBA via the season 49 draft as the youngest player in that draft, 23 years old. At a time where yung mga pumapasok sa PBA, di ba, 25, medyo nasa bandang late 20s na, but we see incredible potential dito kay Policarpio. If you were to make a comparison, sinong player, maybe someone current din, na makukumpara mo siya?
Alam mo, dati akala ko parang mga Kirby Raimundo yung quickness niya. Pero nakikita ko, mas mabilis siya with the ball in his hands. But Kirby, of course, has a more finesse half-court game. Better back to the basket, better elbow shooting. Samantala, ito na yung sinasabi natin. Itong si Jalen Johnson, another three-pointer, a turnover para dito sa Elasto Painters. Oh, tignan natin kung magka-count yun. But this is the problem for the FiberXers minsan. Nawawala yung focus nila sa kanilang depensa. Buti na lang, hindi counted yung layup na yun ni Nokum. So at the end of 12, the Elasto Painters enjoying a 2-point advantage.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part.
Oh, definitely. Dahil alam mo, early part ng conference, gusto mo lahat na pagdadaanan eh. Tapos yung mga lessons na pinagdadaanan mo, hindi resulta, talo. So natututo ka, pero panalo ka pa rin. 5-0 na, hindi pa niya nga nabanggit yung kanilang record-breaking lead kontra Blackwater. Eh, diba? Yung 56 points na yun. So ganun ka talagang kaganda itong panimula nitong Elasto Painters. But the issue with the Elasto Painters usually is yung pagdating sa playoffs, kung kaya ba nila masustain yun.
That is very true. Ilang beses na umaabot sa semifinals, pero ang tagal nang hindi nakakapasok sa big stage, sa finals.
And remember in the last conference, they ended our elimination round as the second seed. Tapos natalo sila, kaya hindi rin sila naka-advance.
Gomez de Llano earlier had a beautiful layup, looking for 4 this time. Juan will miss. Hindi rin makakuha ng rebound si Baltazar. Rain or Shine, bababa sa kabila. Dalawa lang ang lamang nila. Nokum, I mean, this guy can score in different ways.
Tsaka yung degree of difficulty, napakataas din eh. Kaya napakagandang panoorin itong si Adrian Nokum. Tapos nadidevelop pa niya yung kanyang outside game. Nagiging kompleto na ang kanyang offensive arsenal.
Baltazar. Nang araro dun sa ilalim, and you also have to be impressed, coach, his ability ni Balti to put the ball on the floor. But speaking of impressive, this guy is that.
Oh yes, first was the hesitation move, change of pace, change of quickness, and that little push to gain a little space.
And look at this, the
Ayan.
beast,
Oh,
Calvin Abueva making his debut for the Converge FiberXers. Eh, sabi nga ni Miss Apple kanina, full force. Etong Converge in this game.
Best scorer last conference yan ng All-Filipino Cup. His first ever in his career.
But he was still with the Titan Ultra Giant Risers. Nokum zigzagging, sabay iwan kay Manaytay.
Grabe talaga. Yung ganong quickness, tapos makakadesisyon ka pa ng ganong kabilis. He got 2 defenders to guard him and then issue that timely assist pass to his open teammate.
Etong si Calvin Abueva, I mean, he just never skips a beat. Lemeti, natapikan. Gomez de Llano with the steal. Abueva leading the break. Arana will be called for the offensive foul.
Masyadong malakas yung pagka-get open niya ron. Na-dislodge yung depensa ni Villegas.
As we take a look at Coach Delta Pineda, we also send it over to Miss Apple David.
There's been a lot of frustration not being on the court and getting this losing streak for Juan Gomez de Llano. And now he, together with Calvin Abueva, they have this opportunity to turn things around for their team. And although both of them far from 100%, nung nabigyan sila ng clearance to play, they're just pumped and hyped to be on the court. Particularly itong si Juan coming in. Based daw sa observation niya sa previous games nila, it is the leadership role that they're missing. It's not just him facilitating and scoring, pero yung may vocal leader communicating the right way on the court dahil talagang yung mga turnovers nila and lapses on defense because of lack of communication provided to be crucial the past games. Back to you, gentlemen.
Ang mahirap dyan sa dalawang yan, they know that they can be the leader, or maybe not they can be, but they are the leaders of this squad. So para pareho silang hindi on the court, it's tough for Converge.
Oh, definitely. Dahil nga alam naman natin, you can only help so much when you are on the bench. But you can combine your great communication skills also with positive basketball output pag naglalaro ka na. Kaya yung kombinasyon ni Calvin Abueva at pagbalik nitong si Juan Gomez de Llano, a lot of positives ang pwedeng ma-generate nito sa kabuuang laro ng FiberXers.
Oh, that's gonna be disconcerting for Abueva. So mapapalitan ng free throw yung mintis ni Roque. Nagpakilala agad itong si Calvin Abueva kay Roque. It's very interesting to see how this Converge squad will shape up now. Now that they have a complete lineup with Juan and Calvin back in the mix.
Kaya nga nung marami nagtatanong bakit ganito laro ng Converge, ang lakas ng pyesa, ang lakas ng mga manlalaro, hindi ako sumali sa discussion na yun eh. Dahil hindi naman sila nakukompleto. Pag nakompleto na, titignan ko na kung tama ba ang pag-construct nitong koponan na ito.
You saw the numbers, 6 offensive rebounds para sa Rain or Shine, and wala pa rin for Converge. Nokum will fire away, no good. Abueva, yan ang makakatulong sa rebounds. Ang hirap niyan eh, sinabi mo coach, maghahanda ka para sa isang conference na mayroon kang 15 available players, tapos 12 or sa 10 lang ang magiging available once mag-start yung conference.
Tsaka napakaraming bagong manlalaro eh. It really takes time for them to know each other's idiosyncrasies, their strengths and their weaknesses. But one thing is certain for them, they have to play with a lot of effort defending the transition game of the Elasto Painters. Yung mga bagay na yun, inherent yun eh sa mga manlalaro eh. Sprint down, be in a good balance, limit your turnovers. Look at that. Again with the numbers, itong Elasto Painters, 3 versus 2 advantage. Chances are it's going to be an easy basket for your opponent.
And Limeti has been providing, 6 points already. 6 din ang lamang netong Elasto Painters. Arana babawasan niya. Arana also with 6, he's perfect from the field. Villegas will miss. Stockton looking for a teammate. It's Williams versus Noku mano a mano. That step side for Mikey doesn't work this time. Noku lilipad yan. And that's a block on the Abueva. A scary spill.
Fearless talaga itong si Nokum. Willing to sacrifice his body itong si Abueva. He was there, but I don't think he was there on time. And the other thing is, I think he was inside the no-charge zone. Tignan natin yan. Yan, very clear. Yung kanyang dalawang paa nasa loob ng no-charge zone. It was an easy call for our referees. So 2 free throws will be awarded to Adrian Nokum.
Oh, you know what? If wala siya dun sa linya, baka may case pa si Calvin, but because he was stepping on that line, and it was, like you said, a clear call, the right one for our referees. We know how tough Calvin Abueva is. He's gonna be, he is back on his feet. Nakipag-usap na sa ating officials asking for an explanation kung bakit siya ang napituan doon. But to some extent, Coach, parang Calvin got a dose of his own medicine. Ganyan din ka-fearless umatake ang isang Calvin Abueva.
Pareho lang sila. At yun ang kagandahan ni Calvin Abueva. Kaya nang gawin at kaya na rin tanggapin.
Yes.
Yun ang pagkakaiba ng role, or the only reason why it was a blocking foul instead of a charging foul. Dahil nga nakaplanta yung dalawang paa niya doon sa restricted area na yun. 2 free throws. Na-shoot pareho ni Adrian Nokum, and that forced the hand of Coach Del Cabineda to call a timeout. His team is down by 6 points.
Si Nokum may 4 points na, and this timeout is brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Face cut. After that, we are going to pin down. When you pin down, then roll to the basket. First offense, 4-2. Second offense, go with 4-5. Who will be point? You. 4-2 first, 4-5 second. Just make a screen, make a good screen. If we are going on a 4-2, second offense, go on the side of Tyler, 4-5. Hey. Pass. Hand off. Pick and roll. Here. Hey. Here. Pass. Roll. Okay. 4-2, 4-5.
Our transition team, Calvin. Calvin, you will pass to Kaya.
Use the screen, guys. Use the screen.
Calvin Abueva playing in his first game for the Converge FiberXers. At tulad nung sinabi mo, Coach, in the previous conference, Titan Ultra pa siya, but he led the league with 23.6 points per game.
By far the best or the best conference for Calvin Abueva points-wise.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? Ang tagal niya na rito sa liga, tapos ganun yung kanyang in-average sa puntos. So ganun din ang gusto niyang may ambag dito sa kanyang bagong kupunan na Converge FiberXers.
Well, here's Abueva going up against the rookie Roque. Has to shoot. Mintes, but look at the length of Kelly finally getting an offensive rebound para sa FiberXers. Naatrasan niya si Santillan. The hook shot goes nowhere. Abueva got blocked. Roque, balik kay Lemeti. Santillan, open from downtown. No good. Santi, late na nakapasok dito sa larong to. Abueva dumps it down low. Arana got the roll.
Good read by Calvin Abueva. There was a huge advantage. Arana being guarded by Santillan, and Arana did not fail his teammate.
Lemeti steps into a three, bottom of the net.
Just when you feel like nagkaka-gain ng momentum itong FiberXers, sasagot ng mabigat na tres itong Elasto Painters, and now this is their biggest lead at 7, 46-39.
Lagi sinasabi, pagkakalaban mo coach yung team, hindi mo alam kung sinong papatay sa'yo. Lemeti now has 9 points for them.
Kita mo na yan. Off the bench pa yan.
The import Johnson also at 9. Trying to involve Nokum right now. Adrian susubok ng tres. That's off. It's Stockton trying to lead the break. Williams stop and pop. 3 on the way. No. Abueva with the board. Calvin inside to Arana. Binigay kay Kelly. Was a little too late. And from the corner, Nokum will miss. Palitan ng mga Mintes and empty possessions. Williams. Stolen. And Nokum will enjoy a pristine pass to the hoop.
Poor execution in the last 4 possessions para rito sa FiberXers, which resulted to another easy fast break point for the Elasto Painters.
Kelly gusto na rin mag-take over offensively. This is what you were talking about. He has that.
And that was just his 3rd attempt. His 2 out of 3 so far. So ang nangyayari rito, parang o sige, pag wala na kaming mapuntahan, saka lang kami pupunta sa'yo. He has to be a little more aggressive in trying to score and generate baskets for himself.
Actually, the very first play, di ba?
Yun na nga eh, tapos hindi na siya nabigyan ulit. So ngayon, wag na siyang umasa. Ayan, oh, that's a good fast break attack. Good read by Mikey Williams, passing it to his cutting teammate na si Justin Arana. 4 straight baskets here for the white shirts.
Bumabalik na ulit ang Converge. Biggest lead ng Rain or Shine was 9 points. Lemeti. Foul called on Arana. That's going to be the 4th team foul ng Converge. You know what, this play, it was also made possible by Calvin Abueva. That seal that opened up Arana. Five-point game. Rain or Shine ahead. Gusto pa nilang dagdagan yan. Karakot bagong pasok. It's Johnson. Banks home. A 3-pointer.
And that was his second 3 in the ball game, and a total of 12 points for the Rain or Shine reinforcement.
Garcia gustong sumagot. Empty that time. Good save by Johnson. Tumatakbo na naman ang mga nakapula. Santi thought about it. Back to JJ. Settling things down. They go inside to Tiongson. A smaller but pesky Stockton on him. And Converge forces a turnover.
Strong defense provided by Stockton down low against a much stronger opponent in Kalen Chongson. He uses quick hands to deflect that ball and eventually he was able to complete the feat. But still, his team is down by 8. Look at the perimeter points. Rain or Shine, 25 and only 15 for the FiberXers.
Ito sa ilalim dito, pumupuntos ang Converge. Pero napigilan din sila dun sa pagkakataong yun. It's Karako Johnson looking for 4. Couldn't get it. Kelly. It's Williams to Stockton. Alec slices down the lane. Stockton with 4 points. Hindi talagang tuluyang maibaba na itong Convergent lamang. Rain or Shine has remained in attack mode, but that's a miss. And si Garcia makakapulot, forward pass. Perfect pitch to Arana. And Arana defies the defense of both Santillan and Mamuya.
What they need to do is to have multiple stops because they have quick enough big guys to run the break and knows how to position underneath the rim. Yun ang ginagawa ni Justin Arana. Leak out lang. But the problem is, look at that. Just quick to pounce on a perceived weakness. And what do I mean by that one? Mamuyap was being guarded by a slower defender. Titirahan niya na yan using his quickness.
Mikey, there's the lob to Kyler Kelly. How many times have we seen that this conference? Mamuyak bigay kay Johnson. Wow, the way they forced that cross match was incredible.
Tama, ang galing talaga ng recognition nitong Rain or Shine. Wala naman silang play na niraran. Naghahanap lang ng advantage at yun ang kanilang binibigyan talaga ng bentahe. Ayun, nakasagot ng 3 itong si Alex Stockton. His first 3 in the ball game, a total of 7 for Alec. And more importantly, lumalaban, bumabalik, hindi nagpapatambak itong FiberXers.
Kalen had bad intentions, but it backfired on him. Stockton to Arana.
Oy,
Sapa
Kante, grabe.
kay Johnson. Santillan. Everyone trying to get a dunk. And that's a miss. For Stockton, a 3-on-1 break. Ito naman si Mamu. Ngayon, kapag si Mamu sumubok pang dumakdak, iba na talaga yun. Here's Kelly. And that basket will count, ending a chaotic sequence inside of Mall of Asia Arena.
2 beses na, Joey Boy. Itinatawag nating masama ang elevation sa slam dunk. But good enough here, streaking down court using his left. Heard the whistle, went for a layup and a chance for a 3-point play for Kelly.
That was an exciting stretch. Kahit wala masyado nakakashoot at kahit 2 beses kami na Joey Boy, but we also got a couple of dunks. The imports exchanging some slams here in the second.
Ano kaya nyong gawin sa hindi nyo kayang gawin? Keep it simple. Do a layup. We missed 4 or 6 points in that run. We gave up 4 points in that run and we missed 4 or 6 on our own. That's a 10-point difference. Go.
Just appropriate recognition and honor for Gabe Norwood, no. Ang history ng Rain or Shine would be parang Norwood era at saka after, no, post Norwood era, no. Parang yun ang kwento ng Rain or Shine ngayon, no. So naging marker siya ng kwento ng franchise ng Rain or Shine, and appropriately kailangan talagang bigyan siya ng recognition, ng honor, and not just because he's a great basketball player but because he's a great human being.
Coach Yeng Yao, siya yung naging head coach ni Gabe for the longest in his entire career. 9 years nagsama yan, dalawang yan, and pretty much served as Coach Yeng's extension on the court and even on the bench. That's why, sinabi nga ni coaching in the first couple of weeks na after Gabe's retirement, kahit bumalik na sila sa ensayo, naninibago pa raw si coaching. But, well, it looks like they're adjusting well. They've started this conference 5-0 and they're up by 4 points now.
Spirited kasi talaga itong conference na to ng Elasto Painters. Siguro na-motivate din sila ni Gabe Norwood dahil nga in the last conference nag-declare na si Gabe Norwood na this will be his last conference. Tinutuon niya. Alam mo, ang hirap mag-say goodbye sa isang laban na talagang mahal na mahal mo.
This three-point shot by Andre Caracot is brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Sabi ni coaching, ayaw niya pa raw sana ng jersey retirement kasi itatry niya pa raw i-convince pero
bumalik.
Mukhang hindi na nagkasundo. I mean, Gabe deserves, the rest and the time with his family. Jalen Johnson says, I got it from here. Kelly will miss from long range. And rain or shine will take a 7-point lead into the halftime break. 61 big points para sa Elasto Painters. That's rain or shine basketball. High scoring and fast-paced.
31 points in the first quarter, another 30 in the second quarter. A lot of issues right now on the defensive end for the FiberXers. If they want to compete, they have to play better day.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
everyone, and welcome back to our PBA Season 50 Commissioners Cup online chat party dito sa ating One Sports YouTube channel, brought to you by TapTap. Once again, my name is Carla Lizardo Sulit, ang inyong makakakwentuhan as we go through this exciting high-scoring game between Converge and Rain or Shine. Ang ating halftime score, Rain or Shine leading the way 61-54 against Converge. And tingnan natin ang stats of the game so far. Talagang naghahabulan itong dalawang teams na ito. Ang Rain or Shine Elasto Painters trying to build the lead. They are leading in perimeter points 31-18. They kept trying to pull away all throughout this game. Pero itong Converge were really finding their groove in the paint. Kita natin yung discrepancy dyan. 34-20 ang lamang sa points in the paint ng Converge contra Rain or Shine. And of course, we're also seeing Converge trying to push the pace to close that scoring gap. 23-17 in fast break points. So that is the story of the stats so far. Pero of course, merong very important event na nangyayari dito sa halftime because it is the retirement ceremony of Gabe Norwood's jersey. Panoorin muna natin to.
Thing I wanted to do, and luckily with the blessing of the team and the league itself, I was able to do that.
Rain or Shine, at some point it was well called. You played for the franchise for 17 years, never played for anything else except that Gilas uniform, Filipinas on your chest. But talk about that journey and, the loyalty that you showed and was shown to you also by Rain or Shine.
Absolutely, you said it perfectly. I think that loyalty was shown to me from the very beginning. Taking me number one in a draft that was pretty loaded. Myself, Saul, Jason, Jared, Bo, Jeff. You go down the line of that draft class. We had a lot of talent all the way through. But that foundation was set early on. I was able to play right away. Not a lot of rookies get that chance. Coach Caloy Garcia gave me that chance. And I just wanted to pay it forward. And it just so happened that the opportunities continued. Winning happened as well, getting 2 championships along the way. So it's been a blessing to play my whole career for Rain or Shine and forever be known as wearing a Rain or Shine jersey.
I think we really saw the shift.
Yeah.
It wasn't as sudden as other shifts were, but the league transitioning to younger stars and the next generation of the Gabe Norwoods and the other stars. But when did you feel that, okay, it's coming? It might be time soon?
Oh, man. There are a couple of instances here and there. Probably maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago, I think I missed the most games I had. And it was really hard for me to recover and get back to where I wanted. Probably up until the last 3 or 4 conferences where I was producing back to my normal levels. But that difficulty of getting back to 100% was probably a sign of, okay, your body's catching up a little bit. And it's harder to run around and chase the young guys. But that was probably my first inkling that, I got to really start considering the next step.
You're always going to be tied into Philippine basketball, no matter how far away you might find yourself. But how do you want fans to remember Gabe Norwood and what he contributed to Philippine basketball?
Yeah, I think I want to be remembered as a great teammate, a great opponent as well, somebody who went out and competed every single game, but also somebody who represented the league well, represented Rain or Shine. I hope we have a positive, kind of thought when we think of Rain or Shine, and I hope I'm part of that, part of winning and understanding how hard it is in winning the PBA, especially as a smaller team like Rain or Shine.
You know what, Gabe? I know it's not goodbye. We're probably going to see a lot of you around, and we can't wait to see the other side of Gabe Norwood, the one who steps away from competition. And we've always known you're an incredible dad, a family man, and we can't wait to see more of that. Thank you, Gabe, for all the memories and the memories we'll continue to make in Philippine basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Norwood, now retired, but will forever be etched in the history of Philippine basketball.
back to our live chat party dito sa One Sports YouTube. What a great honor for Gabe Norwood. And I know na yung mga PBA fans, kung sino man yung chine-cheer nyo, kung sino man ang favorite team nyo sa PBA, I know that a lot of you really look up to Gabe. The same as me as a courtside reporter because he is really one of the best guys on the court, one of the best leaders, and really someone to look up to. So congratulations on your retirement, Gabe. Thank you so much for representing the PBA and the country so well as a Rain or Shine and Gilas player. And again, inviting everyone sa ating chat to continue sending your messages to Gabe. Babasahin ko yan maya-maya. Pero pag-usapan na muna natin ang ating game on hand. Once again, we are at the half with Rain or Shine leading against Converge. Let's talk about the top scorers. Para dito sa Rain or Shine, they are being led by Johnson, 17 points so far, followed by Mamuyak with 9 and Lemeti with 9 as well. Again, even scoring para dito sa Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Para naman dito sa Converge, they are being led by Arana with 12 points, Baltazar with 7, Kelly with 8.
So that's the percentage that
and
we
we are
were talking about.
seeing,
And last year,
some of the
47.
highlights from the game so far. Tingnan natin yan. Here in the first quarter, we are seeing some of what we witnessed in the first half of this game. There you have it. Calvin Abueva is back here in this match. He started the game with a floater from Kyler Kelly to tie things up at 2-all. Kalen Kyongson catch and shoots from the outside, giving Rain or Shine a bigger lead here in the first quarter. Alex Stockton, not allowing anyone to stop him, goes for the drive and gets the shot. Mikey Williams, another player, finding his momentum here para dito sa Converge, gets the tough layup to go. And the top scorer para dito sa Rain or Shine so far, ang kanilang import, Jalen Johnson, hits the 3. Those are our highlights for the first quarter. Moving on to the second quarter, Adrian Nocum, strong drive, gets it to go. Calvin Abueva is back para dito sa Converge and healthy. That is his first bucket para sa Converge dito sa ating Commissioner's Cup. Rain or Shine defense leads to this running Nocum for the easy fast break layup. Now Justin Arana just having his own little party in the paint, getting bucket after bucket. He is the top scorer para dito sa Converge. But Gian Mamuya, on the other hand, make that Andre Carakot with a long bomb para dito sa Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. So there you have it. Our highlights of the game so far. We are 2 quarters down. We have 2 quarters to go. And we are going to read some of the comments and shoutouts. Ang daming nagchat kanina pa, hindi pa nagsisimula yung laro. So I want to say hi to Beetle. Sabi niya kanina, pag inbound, ipasad na agad kay Kyler Kelly para dito sa Converge. Sabi ni Jonathan Jason, go Rain or Shine. Sabi ni Ruel, 6-0 na yan para dito sa Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Sabi ni Dodo, thank you, Idol Gabe Norwood. You are a legend. I also want to give a shout out to Vilma, who is watching from Israel, to King from Cavite. Si Obi Atienza, sabi niya, watching from Las Piñas, solid Elasto Painters. We have Ian from Kuwait, George from Jeddah. We have viewers from all around the world. Si the musician watching from Croatia. Ito, messages para naman kay Gabe. Sabi ni Christian, he started watching the PBA because of Gabe, Mr. President. Player who can do everything coach tells him to, guard, facilitate anything. Happy retirement, Mr. President. Sabi naman ni RJ Galvan, happy retirement, Mr. President. I've been a fan of Rain or Shine since your rookie days with Sol Mercado. Proud of your PBA and Gilas journey. Best wishes for your post-career. Sabi naman ni Bain, good luck for the rest of your life, Gabe. Salamat sa pagrepresenta ng Pilipinas sa buong mundo. Happy Retirement Day. So please keep sending your messages to Gabe. We will read that. And we'll make sure na papanoorin ni Gabe tong yung review ng live stream natin para he gets to hear all of your messages as well. And reminding everyone, lalo na yung mga OFWs, yung mga nanonood from all across the world, that if you want to send money to the Philippines para sa mabilis, safe, at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. No transfer fee to mobile banks and e-wallets. And of course, if you want to keep updated in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. We'll be right back.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ako sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
He was the first overall pick noong 2008 at bukod sa mga laro niya sa PBA, I mean, all the glory he's brought the country by suiting up and wearing Pilipinas proudly on his chest. Ito nga, 17 seasons with one franchise, that's Rain or Shine, won the championship 2 times, was the Rookie of the Year in 2009, 11-time All-Star, and was Defensive Player of the Year in 2010. It's time for the jersey retirement ceremony of Gabe Norwood.
Na malapit sa puso nating lahat. He is known for being the Mr. Nice Guy ng ating liga. Welcome to the jersey retirement ceremony na nag-iisang Gabe Norwood. And now I would like to invite everyone to please focus your attention to the big screen as we take a look back Gabe's marvelous PBA career.
Home for me in the physical sense, I guess, is basically your foundation where you can plant your own roots and kind of build your own dynasty is a way to put home in a physical sense. But in terms of, you know, the saying, home is where the heart is, I think there's a lot of truth to that. And it's really where you see your family growing, where you see yourself growing as a person, as an individual. And for me, home has become Manila. And I'm very proud to have Filipino blood running through my veins and being blessed to be put in this situation.
41 years ago, a legend was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina. That kid became part of George Mason's run at the 2005-2006 U.S. NCAA Final Four.
Shot is put back up and down. Nice job by Gabe Norwood, the 6'5 senior.
Got him, bring it up with Norwood. Nice pass! And Norwood takes it home. Thomas, nice bounce pass to Norwood, who scored 5 straight.
Matapos ang paglalaro sa US NCAA, taong 2007, agad umuwi at lumaro para sa national team si Gabe, kung saan napabilib niya ang buong bayan.
And for the first pick in the 2008 PBA draft, Rain or Shine selects Gabe Norwood.
Pinili siya ng Rain or Shine bilang first overall pick sa 2008 PBA draft. Solid ang impact ni Gabe sa kanyang unang taon at kinilala bilang 2009 Rookie of the Year.
And the Leo goes to Gabe Norwood of the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters.
Pinangunahan din niya ang Rain or Shine sa kanilang kauna-unahang kampyonato noong 2012 PBA Governors Cup.
Rain or Shine, Elasto Painters, welcome to the PBA Championship Club.
He's really a good person, a good teammate. He's not really as a vocal leader. He's more on a showmanship person. I've been with Gabe for 15 years, 16 years, pero wala akong masasabing hindi maganda. Lahat mabuti.
It's been a great privilege, no? Coaching him probably the longest time among all the coaches. He's the best example of how a PBA player should be. It's a gift that I've been able to be a part of Gabe's career.
Natatangi rin ang loyalty ni Gabe na lumaro sa isang kupunan sa loob ng 17 seasons. 2 kampyonato, 2009 Rookie of the Year, 11-time PBA All-Star, 2010 PBA All-Star Game MVP, 2010 PBA Defensive Player of the Year, 7-time PBA All-Defensive Team, at 3-time PBA Sportsmanship Award.
thankful and grateful ako na naging kaibigan ko si Gabe and naging teammate ko siya sa Rain or Shine for 5 years. Napakabait na tao, on and off the court, wala ka talagang masabi. Ano yung award natin sa PBA na hindi nakikipag-away? Sportsmanship? So sana yun, pwede siyang maging Sportsmanship Award. Pwedeng ipangalan sa kanya kasi nga, grabe, kahit na nasaktan mo sa game, hindi mo makitang magreklamo talaga yung tao.
The thing I like with Gabe is he never complained about anything. He's the typical player that any coach would want. He's coachable, off the court, he's a family guy, and it's a coach's dream to have a Gabe Norwood.
Coming in as a rookie, he took care of me, and it was always good vibes, good energy with Gabe, and he really helped me kind of keep a level head and focused in the PBA. Coming in as a rookie, playing for Coach Yang especially, you come in kind of nervous, but he always kept me level-headed and cool.
Pero hindi lang sa Rain or Shine naging tapat ang batang laking stateside. Nagsakripisyo at nagsilbi rin siya para sa Gilas basketball. 2 FIBA Asia Championship silver medal, 2007 SEA Games gold, at 3 medalya mula sa Jones Cup. Isa rin siyang malaking susi upang makabalik ang Pilipinas sa FIBA World Cup noong 2014.
Hindi ko malilimutan yan si Gabe. It's been an honor sharing the court with him. He became one of my captains. He lead by example talaga. Yung love niya and passion for the game.
He's a great leader. Alam niya, parang extension siya sa coaching staff. So, ayun, grabe yung leadership niya sa loob ng court.
Tonight, we honor the man we call Mr. President. Kinikilala at nagbibigay pugay ang PBA kasama ang buong bayan na iyong pinagsilbihan.
So, Gabe, congratulations sa retirement. Enjoy your time with your family. God bless. See you around sa court.
I would never forget all the memories we shared. I've learned a lot from you. You're such a great example to young players, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Gabe, happy retirement, brother. Congrats on the wonderful career, and good luck sa next chapter ng career mo. And mag-iingat ka palagi, and God bless you, brother.
Hey Gabe, just want to say congratulations sa milestone na nagawa mo sa PBA, sa mga achievements mo. Congrats sa iyo kay Gabe, and yun lang, alam kong kami mga player nalulungkot din kami na nawala ka sa PBA kasi nga mag-retire ka na, pero we're so happy na naging part ka ng naging buhay namin sa basketball sa PBA. Kaya congrats again Kuya Gabe, and kung ano man yung gagawin mo in the future, kung ano man, good luck po sa iyo and hope to see you around. Love you Kuya Gabe.
Gabe, man, it's a hell of a ride watching you play. An honor being your teammate for a couple of years and learning under you. You've blessed this league with a lot of your talent and just your energy as a person, bro. So congrats on a great career.
It's an honor to be your teammate for the longest time. Enjoy your retirement. It's like what you've said. It's no goodbye. We'll see you around. So enjoy the family time now. I'm sure you will miss basketball. And I'll see you soon.
Alam mo namang mahal kita, Kuya Gabe. I love you. Good luck on your retirement. Good luck on your next chapter. Really excited for what's next for you and what's next for the boys, for the family. So we'll be here. We're just a message away. But again, we love you, Kuya Gabe. And thank you for everything you've done and for us, for the organization, and especially for me.
Gabe, congratulations. It's been great just knowing you, just seeing you every day for I don't know how many years. But congratulations to your new career, whatever it will be. And great family, and I'm sure that whatever you choose as your next career, you're going to be very successful.
Thank you, and congratulations on an epic PBA career. Mabuhay ka, Gabe Norwood.
At bilang pagpupugay sa kanyang mga iniambag, Gabe's jersey number 5 will be officially retired by the Rain or Shine franchise. Ibig sabihin, wala ng Rain or Shine player ang pwedeng gumamit ng kanyang numero. At this point, we would like to call on center court the PBA Commissioner, Wally Marshall, as well as Rain or Shine Governor, Attorney Mert Mondragon, Rain or Shine alternate governor, Mr. Edison Oribiana. Rain or Shine team owners, Mr. Terry Ke and Raymond Yu. Coach Yang Yao and the rest of the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. We'll also be joined by Gabe's family, his wife Lay, kids Cash, O, and Izzy, cousin Alohi Robbins Hardy, his close friends Simon and Ciso, and Chris Ross, and former teammates Saul Mercado, Paul Lee, and L.A. Tenorio. And of course, let's all call on the man we are honoring tonight, Mr. Gabe Norwood!
Hello. Magandang gabi po sa inyo mga ka-PBA. We are here tonight to honor an exemplary human being and a great athlete who ever played the game we all loved. We have here tonight no other than Mr. Gabe Norwood. We will not forget your leadership that gave us 2 championships. We will not forget you wearing the Gilas Pilipinas jersey. And you broke the Korean curse right here in this venue. And we will not forget how you posterized Luis Scola. So on behalf of the entire Rain or Shine organization, headed by our team owners, Boss Raymond Yu and Boss Terry Ke, and our esteemed governor, Attorney Mamerto Mondragon, our head coach, Coach Yang Yao, we would like to thank you and honor you for your unending loyalty and for all the accomplishments that you have given not only the franchise, but also the PBA as a whole and the Philippine basketball in its entirety. So, thank you very much to you, Mr. President Gabe Norwood. Palakpakan po natin.
Maraming salamat to Rain or Shine alternate governor, Mr. Edison Oribiana. At ngayon naman, pakinggan natin ang mensahe na nag-iisang Gabe Norwood.
I'll keep this short so we can get back to the game. But I just want to thank everyone who showed up tonight, everybody that made this event possible. Boss Raymond, Boss Terry, Attorney, Boss Edison, the entire Mangnon Ross. Thank you so much over the years for supporting me, supporting the team, supporting the PBA. I hope I brought joy and excitement to your lives when you would tune in and watch. I pray that I carried myself in a way that was honorable to represent the country. And Man. No, just to Mommy U. Mommy U, who took care of me like her own son when I was drafted to Rain or Shine. Myself, Saul, T.Y., our rookie class. Just extremely grateful for the opportunity to come out and compete, to play against guys like Converge, to go out and play against the San Miguels and the TNTs, and to just come out and put on a show for the fans, for the crowd. And I got to give a special shout out to Coach Kaloy Garcia. Coach Kaloy, my first coach, who gave me the opportunity to be a rookie and to go out and play. But also special thanks to Coach Yang, Coach Trot, Coach Tab, Coach Chris Gavina, all the coaches that have impacted my life here in the PBA. Like I said, I'll try to keep it short, but just thank you so much. I pray that you all continue to support the PBA, continue to support Rain or Shine. If you don't have a favorite team, you should have one now. These guys are playing great, and I'm proud to leave with this team playing the way that they are. They're in good hands. Boss, you got a great team in good hands, and coach as well. So best of luck, and God bless to everybody, and thank you once again.
And there you have on that note, we end our jersey retirement ceremony for Mr. Gabe Norwood. Once again, Gabe, maraming salamat and good luck in the next chapter of your career.
There are a few players you can name that you can say deserves something like this more than a Gabriel Daniel Norwood. I mean, Gabe at some point in his career impacted everyone's lives. Everyone he shared the court with, everyone he shared a locker room with. And lahat tayo, Coach RG, at some point we felt like Gabe's teammate. That's how nice of a person Gabriel Norwood is. And we're definitely gonna miss seeing him on the PBA court, but we wish him the best of luck. And alam natin na ang daming pa niyang maa-achieve outside the basketball court.
Yes, I never was able to coach him when I was still actively coaching in the PBA, but I had an opportunity when I was part of the coaching staff of Gilas Pilipinas under Coach Chot Reyes. And the combination is just so extraordinary. I mean, his talent level is definitely up there. But pwede pala yung isang magaling na manlalaro maging napakabait na isang tao also. So definitely that is what separates Gabe Norwood from the rest of the guys in the PBA. It's really something that only Gabe Norwood can say na ako yan. Yes, if I can be an inspiration to everyone, especially to the younger generation, you can always play in the highest level of basketball in our country and at the same time remain humble and grounded.
You know, I think if you offer a reward to anyone na makakahanap ng taong has something negative to say about Gabe Norwood, yung bank account mo, Coach, safe. wala kang mahanap na ganun.
Correct.
Oh, number 5 has been officially retired for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. But of course, the way to really celebrate Gabe is to try and get a win for him in this game. And, well, Converge starts off with a basket. So, babasa lima yung lamang ng Rain or Shine. Lemeti, napatalon si Kelly. Kicks it out. Johnson had all the time in the world, but opts to give it to Clarito. Pinte si Jonard. Tatakbo na naman si Juan. Concepcion, quick trigger on the 3, no good. Johnson. Bigay kay Jonard. Atakin si Juan. Converge now in a 2-3 zone. That's gonna be a foul on Concepcion as Lemeti was about to take the shot. If I may say, Coach RG, si RG Concepcion is a very aggressive defender. Pero ito lang yung laging nangyayari. Medyo madalas na na-foul niya ang jump shooter.
He has to stay in control, especially when he goes for that closeout and challenge. Coaches would always say, just give a hand up. In other words, don't or never foul a jump shooter. Dahil hindi makakalusot yan. Pag tinapik mo yung kamay, foul yan. Yung landing spot, foul din yan. Kaya yun, binigyan niya ng at least 50% lamang si Lemeti ron. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line.
Well, early in this third quarter, makibalita na agad tayo kay Apple.
Converge may have won the transition points game, pero sabi ni Coach Franco Atienza, they need to improve yung transition defense naman nila. Kailangan ma-anticipate na nila na Rain or Shine will continue to run here in the second half, so there should be conscious effort to slow them down. On the side of the Elasto Painters naman, they're not very worried having only 17 fast break points at the half. Mas worried si Coach Yeng na bakit nagbi-miss sila ng easy layups. They need to go back to basics and dagdag na rin dyan, contain the bigs of the FiberXers. Back to you, gentlemen.
Well, they're not missing from downtown as Kyung-son hits from the corner. Go, Coach.
Well, I understand the emphasis on scoring on the break from the lens of Coach Franco. 23 for them and only 17. But I thought the biggest difference maker in the first 2 quarters, yung inallow nilang 3-point shots. 9 total made 3-pointers by the Elasto Painters. That's a total of 27. So ngayon, madadagdagan pa. Let's take a look at the slow-mo in the deep corner with that extra pass. Chongson with another trifecta. So 10 threes na yan.
That 3-point shot is brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Ang ganda kasi ng ikot ng bola, Coach, ng Rain or Shine early in the third.
Tama yan. Another 3-pointer, this time on the other side, right in front of Coach Yeng Giao. And I agree with you. That ball movement is impeccable for the Elasto Painters. Kaya yung shooters sila nagkakaroon ng magandang rhythm. Sasagot sana si Concepcion pero hindi pa siya nakakashoot dito sa third quarter. Good that he was quick enough to get that ball back.
Balti gets the pass from Poli. Mintes, Policarpio gets the offensive rebound. Goes to Kelly. Labas kay Gomez Del Llano. Pasasayawin si Lemeti but could not drop the 2-point shot.
I think that is one thing that they have to be better at. That is shot selection. Because if it is a bad shot, they took like 3 perimeter jumpers, all missed the target. So now on the last miss by Juan Gomez de Leano, it allowed itong Rain or Shine to run, score in transition again, and now they have their biggest lead in the game, which stands at 12.
And this time on is brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Let's go, yo. It's up. We're good.
We're not talking. We're not communicating. Offense.
We're going with 4-4-J. After the stagger, immediately pick and roll. You roll hard. After the stagger, immediately roll for the pick and roll.
Gian Mamuyak has truly been unlocked in the PBA with Rain or Shine. Nung kolehiyo to, coach, kilalang-kilala bilang tough defender. Pero dito sa PBA, nag-blossom yung offensive game niya.
Tama, usually yung quickness niya, yung kanyang bentahe. Pero ngayon, nakakapag-pull up na siya, floater. He is averaging 10.6 points per ball game. Ito, tumawag ng timeout ang FiberXers. Another bad shot. Usually, if it's an outside shot, especially if it does not hit the rim, it's an easy fast break attack for your opponent. And that is what the Elasto Painters are pouncing on here in the third quarter.
Gomez Del Llano thought he was fouled. Tumatakbo na naman ang Rain or Shine. A massive run for them. But it's Policarpi who comes away with it. Kelly. Oh, and Converge blew a 2-on-1 fast break. Mamuyak slices down the middle. And off that timeout, back-to-back hits para sa Rain or Shine.
And this is how you do it. That was the message of Mamuyak. Dahil nagminti si Kelly, he was up against a smaller defender. I thought the pass of Policarpio was a little early. They were not able to take advantage of the numbers that they had, 2 against 1 defender. So ngayon, the FiberXers are just trying to erase this 14-point advantage of Rain or Shine with 1 shot. It does not happen. First off is you have to have higher percentage shots. If you miss, you have to sprint down and defend the transition. Look at the fast break attack. Beautiful execution for the Elasto Painters.
That's 15 points now para kay Mamu. Yongson, pinag-isipan yung 3.
16 na pala to.
Nadagdagan pa ni Jalen Johnson.
18 na. So this is not a good mix. Itong 5 on the floor right now.
And I have to clarify, Coach, yung binanggit natin kanina na timeout, it was Converge who called a timeout tapos rumatsyada itong Rain or Shine. After that, ito lang basket ni Kelly ang tatapos dun sa run ng Elasto Painters.
What is very important, that is how important having an import is. When everything bugs down, you have to have an import who will bail you out in tight situations or stretches wherein you're having a hard time scoring. That ball screen play, pwedeng gawin kay Kelly yan, involving Juan Gomez Del Llano, and then they were able to deliver 3 precious baskets to cut the lead down to just 15.
That's 10 points now, or 11 for Kyler Kelly. Pero matatawagan siya ng foul, and he's asking for a review. He wanted his coach to challenge, pero sabi ng coaching staff ng Converge, let's save our challenge. Baka mas kailanganin later. Johnson knocks down the first freebie. JJ now with 19.
Quiet 19 itong si Johnson. Very efficient from the field. Tapos yung kanyang 3 tres, malaking bagay din para rito sa opensa ng Elasto Painters. Another 17-point advantage for the red shirts. Let us see kung anong strong reply meron itong FiberXers.
That's actually 21 na pala, Coach. That's on me. 21 points na for Johnson. He had 19 before the 2 free throws. But yun yung pinag-uusapan natin at the start of this coverage, di ba? Na yes, he averages 26.5 points per game. Pero parang medyo tahimik eh. Magugulat ka na lang na gano'n na pala yung total ng puntos niya.
Oh, the beauty of having an import like Johnson is hindi niya tinatanggal yung natural positive tendencies ng kanyang mga kakampi offensively. So he does not take away, for example, the penetration of Mamuyak or the 3-point shooting of Chongson, even the strong offensive rebounding might of Clarito. He just plays within the system. On the other hand, trying to find ways to have a good lineup. Kombinasyon ang hinahanap ng coaching staff naman ng Converge.
Well, actually, itong Converge ngayon, they're rolling with a very formidable 5, di ba? You have Gomez Del Llano, Williams, Baltazar, Policarpi, and Kelly. Meron ka pa sa bench na Abueva and Arana na pwede mong hugutin. Matter of timing and combination siguro for Coach Delta. What a pass, Juan. He gets it right back. And he was waiting for a whistle. And there were violent reactions because one felt there was a closer referee to the action who did not blow the whistle. So he was asking that referee, kung bakit walang pito mula doon.
Well, from the baseline referee, you cannot call what you did not see. So
That's
probably
true.
the other referee had a better vantage point. Ang importante doon is the whistle was still blown. So tignan natin yan. Oh, was there a foul? Oh, definitely, obviously. But hindi nga nakita ng isang referee. Baka may blind spot ron. But what we saw was a glimpse of teamwork by the FiberXers. A lot of extra passes. But one thing that they need to work on just to prove that they can play cohesively is the way they play team defense. Dahil nabibreak talaga ng rain or shine yung kanilang depensa.
Here they force a miss. It's last touch on Clarito. So babalik ang bola sa Converge.
But I agree with you. This is a formidable 5 that Converge are playing at the moment. But I've always believed in this. It is not usually the best players who will give you the W. It is the players who will fit in the best. So yun ang pagkakaiba doon. Ang kinakailangan lang talaga rito is makita nila kung saan nagta-thrive yung kanilang mga kampi. Another close to the basket shot there and made shot by Kyler Kelly.
13 puntos na yan para sa import ng Converge. Susubukan niyang pigilan niya yun si Johnson, who has 21. That's 2 misses. But JJ muscles his way in as he mops up the mess.
And what is obvious is persistence can always give you positive output. Series of point-blank shots missed, but they did not give up. Look at Johnson fighting for that offensive rebound, getting a good position to grab another opportunity for an end-one play. So yun ang problema. Again, team defense. It is not just one player or 2 players who will get defensive rebounds. It has to be the entire team, blocking out opponents, and of course, timing and anticipating where the ball was going to bounce.
For Converge, they're pulling out Juan Gomez Del Llano. Pinasok nila si MJ Garcia. Umupo na rin si Balti at pumasok si Arana. Justin had 12 points in the first half. Take a look at the team owners of Rain or Shine, Mr. Raymond Yu and Mr. Terry K. Of course, kung hindi nga sila nagbimintis ng mga laro ng Rain or Shine, yung pang-retirement ceremony ng isang manalarong 17 years nagsuot ng uniforme ng Rain or Shine.
And then not only that, you know that these are not fair weather owners. When nothing was really going right para rito sa Rain or Shine, you still saw those owners watch and support their team. And now, ano pa, na 5-0, nakakaramdam na baka sakali ito na naman ng isang komperensyang magtatagumpay sila at they will be able to hoist that trophy at the end of this conference.
But here comes Converge. Mikey Williams hitting that midi, giving him 7 points so far. 13 ang lamang ng Elasto Painters. Clarito, hindi sapat yung butas na nakita niya doon. Oh, Mamuyak read that perfectly. And Gian has been on a tear here in the third.
And sometimes yun talaga yung mamomroblema ka eh. Kung member ka ng coaching staff ng FiberXers, you're getting on a good roll, you're making stops, and all of a sudden you throw that ball away.
Policarpio, pinag-isipan yung 3. Could not get it. Pero nakuha niya naman yung rebound and he draws a foul on Clarito.
Oh, that reaction by Policarpio was totally unnecessary. Let's see kung meron itatawag ng ating mga referees rito. They will consult our monitor.
Nag-react si Policarpio na pa-react din tuloy. Etong si Clarito. Pero tama ka, coach, sisilipin ng officials.
Oh, definitely. Dahil may may extracurricular pa. This is a very good angle. Kitang-kita natin kung ano mangyayari rito, kung ano yung reaction ni Poli. Oh, wala naman.
Wala naman. Parang na-realize naman nila agad na basketball nga pala to.
Natural bagsak lang ng leg ang mga interpretation ng ating mga referees ron. But kita naman natin, grabe yung energy ni Poli. Nagpapakita siya na, okay, if I can provide the energy or the spark to launch our strong comeback, I will definitely be available. Dahil they're still down by 14. But ang magandang sitwasyon dito is lumalaban pa sila, hindi pa sila nag-give up.
Alam naman natin kung gaano kabilis posibleng magpalit ang ihip ng hangin in the PBA. I mean, yung San Miguel, di ba, against Rain or Shine, 25 points biglang nawala ng parang bula. Yun nga lang, nag-respond ang Elasto Painters and they were able to restore order enough to hang on to the victory.
Oh, that fourth quarter was a spectacular quarter for Steph Lassiter. Or Marshall Lassiter. Marshall Lassiter pala. Parang Steph Curry, yung mga tinira niya.
Grabe, no? Yung quick trigger. Well, I think magaling shooter talaga. Parang
Without a
mahusay.
doubt. Grabe. Best three-point shooter in the history of the league. Diba? Most threes made.
Yeah, oh. Tsaka, if you take a look at the efficiency, ang layo rin nung kay Marcio. He got there the fastest in the least number of attempts. Santi, we know that his role changes pag Commissioner's Cup. Isa siya dun sa mga naaapektuhan, but he's trying to help out Rain or Shine as much as he can.
Malaki naman ang tulong nitong ni Santi. Of course, every time he plays and Coach Yang calls his number. Tsaka yung mga vlog niya, nakakatuwa. Sila nila Karakot.
At saka syempre si Eric Nanas.
Of course.
ang tunay na bida. Here's Mamu. Oh, look at Mamuya! Undeniable here in the third.
Quietly efficient, deadly, especially when he is trying to score off one-on-one situations. Look at that sweeping move by Mamu. Defense was not ready. He attacked it. Look at the defenders of the FiberXers as if telling itong si Mikey Williams, you are on your own. It doesn't work that way, of course. As much as you can, you want to step inside and plug the paint and also be quick enough to close out long when necessary. But that time, natawagan ulit si Mikey. It is just unfortunate for Mamu na hindi na nakompleto yung kanyang 3-point.
Pero alam mo, when Mamu entered the PBA, lalong-lalo na nung Rain or Shine ang napuntahan niyang kupunan. Everyone was making the comparisons between Mamuyak and Norwood, saying na medyo similar yung laro nila. And also, that Gabe was the perfect mentor for Mamuyak. And you can just see kung ano na yung naipasa ni Gabe dito kay Mamu. And it will just propel Gian's career to greater heights as he plays here in the PBA. Williams trying to get the pass. There's Mamu with the steal. The Mamuyak special. Iwan pa kay Malonzo. Mamuyak doing everything.
I think may earpiece ito. Naririnig ka eh. Nung binubuhat mo, nung binibigyan mo ng lahat ng accolades, biglang nagpakita ng depensa. O kanina, depensa. Pero ngayon, tiniraan sa mukha ni Calvin Abueva. But one of the best games that I've seen Mamu play in this conference, and we're only in the third quarter.
Grabe talaga the third for him. Look at him! The confidence of Mamuyak. He's trying to steal Kuya Gabe's show.
Ayan, no, tama ka. Kaya tuwang-tuwa si Kuya Gabe, bro, no? Lalo na yung ganung mga quickness, tapos explosive move to the basket. But again, my question is, where is the interior defense? Where is the help side stance of the FiberXers? It's just too easy for Mamu to break it.
Nako, nakalusot si Garcia pero hindi pumasok. Johnson to Malonzo. Sinipat yung tres. Doesn't get it. Williams, the pitch to Abueva. Mamuyak in front. And that's a blocking foul on Mamuyak. Coach Yang will challenge that call.
You saw that. Ang una mo kasing titignan dyan is nasaan ba yung paa ng manlalaro mo na dumidepensa. So hindi na tinignan ni Coach Yang yung kanyang coaching staff eh. Alam niya na outside the restricted area or the no-charge zone, ang question na lang is, was he on time? Dahil kung hindi, blocking situation or blocking foul pa rin itatawag sa kanya.
Yung una kasi agad tinuro ni Mamu after the whistle was blown at sinenyas na blocking foul, tinuro niya nasa labas ako nung semicircle. So, yun yung sigurado si Mamu. But you're right about did he get there on time?
Yes, it's not an automatic call. You probably might be outside that no-charge zone. But if you came in late, pero yan, naku, mukhang na-establish na. Napakalayo. Oh, so ngayon, titignan natin kung i-reverse ba yan. So positive, tama, Ang read ni Coach Sheng, way above the no-charge zone. And for Mamo, ang feeling niya, he was there. He anticipated that attack of Calvin Abueva. It was, I mean, it was very obvious in the replay,
offensive foul,
in the angles that we saw, na talagang na-establish na ni Mamo, at saka malayo talaga siya. So successful yung naging challenge doon ni Coach Yen.
So it's gonna be rain or shine basketball. May isa na namang magandang nagawa si Mamuyak here in the third.
Okay? Let's go. Santi! Side mo to, ha? Magta-tight tayo. Go tight. Pass. Side ball screen kayo ni Adrian. Luis, set up for a three-point shot if you get a kick out. If not, you're on the flow. Okay? So, Santi, oy, bantayan mo si Santi, ha? Pagka may pocket pass, ibigay mo. Okay? Pagka wala, pwede mo diretso o i-kick. Ha? Pinatawag ni Arana. Pinatawag sa kapal.
That's how we identify ourselves. Pagpasok mo ng laro, wala kang Junmar, wala kang CJ. Hindi pa naman star ito si Nokum. No? Hindi mo alam kung ano makukuha mo sa team. Pero ang alam namin, pagpasok namin sa laro, may advantage kami sa pace. May advantage kami sa speed. We can play at that pace for 4 quarters. We come into a game, we know what our advantage is. And it's not individual talent. It's our system. It's our identity.
When you recognize your strength, you're able to play off of it. So yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Sheng. Alam nila eh. Alam nila kung sino sila as a team. Kaya nagiging successful sila.
And even for us basketball fans, we already know what we expect every time Rain or Shine plays. Number 1, breakneck speed, 120 points per ball game. Another issue is, which is very familiar to everybody, is the way they're gonna score on the break. 25 fast break points per ball game. And another facet is bench points, 56.8. So everybody can just contribute. Lamang na lamang itong Rain or Shine sa mga aspetong yun.
At dinagdagan pa ni Karakot yun lamang nila. It's now up to 92 points. With 50 seconds left in the third quarter, that speaks highly dun sa pace nga na sinasabi ni Coach Sheng.
31 in the first quarter, 30 in the second. Another 31-point performance for the Elasto Painters. Add another 3 points, a total of 34 for them. Again, an issue right now bugging Converge is their inability to make stops or multiple stops because it is badly needed at this point in the game.
Si Karakot halos wala pang 10 minuto yung nilalaro nito, but he has already made such big impact. Kita mo pati sa ilalim na mamayagbag. Etong Rain or Shine. Malonzo will try to wait for the last shot. 7 seconds left. Karakot. Back-to-back hits para sa kanya. He's still feeling it. Karakot. And time will expire with Rain or Shine up by 20 points after 3 quarters.
Grabe yung third quarter onslaught ng Elasto Painters na yun. This is their biggest lead entering the fourth quarter of play.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Rain or Shine looking to go 6-0 dito sa Commissioner's Cup. Well, Jalen Johnson, ang ganda na naging simula dito. He already is working with a massive double-double, 24 and 15. Meron pa tayong fourth quarter. Double-double na rin naman si Kyler Kelly, pero hindi lang kasing grabe nung kay JJ. Now, when it comes to perimeter points, the outside shots of Rain or Shine have been falling. They've knocked down 12 three-pointers already. At sinama mo pa dyan yung atake ni Gian Mamuyak, especially in that third quarter where he scored 12 of his 21 points so far. May 3 assists pa. He had a couple of defensive stops, and Mamuyak was just making his kuya ba or uncle Gabe Norwood proud.
Napakataas ng level ni Mamuyak. Tapos pagpasok ni Karakot, ang laking tulong din. But the third quarter turnaround was really on the fast break points of the Elasto Painters. Remember, we talked about the 23-17 advantage of the FiberXers at the end of the first 24 minutes. Nung third quarter, 11-1 ang fast break points. Kaya 34 total points ang Rain or Shine ng third quarter, while nalimitahan nila itong Converge just 21 points. So now, yung head-to-head natin sa fast break points, 28 para sa Elasto Painters, 24 lamang para rito sa FiberXers. Again, night and day, 11-1 advantage sa fast break points.
And imagine, yung tanging na score netong Converge was because they got fouled in transition and they made a free throw.
Yes.
So technically, they weren't able to get any baskets getting out in the open. Samantala, coach, pati sa ilalim, si Karakot offensive rebound, putback, pasok pa rin.
Second chance points, 10-0 advantage. The Elasto Painters again. So effort department, lamang na lamang talaga itong Rain or Shine. That's a charge, obviously. No complaints that time. Baba lang, run back on defense, or walk back on defense. Malonzo was the guilty party.
22 ang naman ng Rain or Shine. Converge will need to make their move as soon as they can. Now let's send it over to Apple to hear about Converge.
Tama si Coach RG sa huddle ng Converge. They were urged to make stops. Pagdating naman sa opensa, huwag daw umasa sa tawag. They have to continue playing. Work on the inside first. Pag wala, tsaka kumik out. And for their shooters, be willing to take that outside shot. Huwag nang mag-hesitate. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you so much, Apple. Malonzo, tres ang bibitawan. Ang hirap lang talaga when you're facing Rain or Shine at pati yung tres nila pumapasok.
13 total made threes already. So that's a total of 39 points for the Elasto Painters on that department alone. Sa kalaban naman nila, 15 lamang. So dun pa lang, kitang-kita mo na ang diferensya sa laban na ito.
Malonzo got called for the foul as he was trying to deny Abueva. I mean, I guess etong Converge because ngayon nga lang sila nabuo. Tingnan muna natin itong kay Malonzo. A 3-point shot from Mike Malonzo. Giving Rain or Shine another 23-point lead.
Kaya nabibilib din talaga ako sa teamwork nitong Elasto Painters. We saw that Malonzo shot, but it was because of the screen provided by Santillan to Abueva, who failed to close out long, kaya Malonzo found himself wide open. Meek reply on the part of Mikey Williams. Finally, he was able to add another 3 to make their total 6 threes in this game. But still, 13 kalaban 6 ka lang So makikita mo na, do your math. That is where the difference is in this game.
Nakatres si Mikey Williams, tapos may kiskisan sa ilalim, Nocum and Stockton. Pasok na pero nagbabanggaan pa rin yung dalawa for the rebound Kaya matatawagan ng something. Hindi pa natin alam kung ano, pero may pito dyan, may hatol siguro dyan.
Technical after the play. Pero lahat tayo, dalawa tayo, nagkakamali. So mag-antay na lang tayo.
Antay na lang natin. Ito na, they're almost ready to make their announcement.
Exactly.
Aba!
Cancel out lang. Kasama sa laro yan, kiskisan, nagpapaganda sa laban ng basketball. Wag lang kumbaga cross-training na basketball, tapos may konting boxing, yan, hindi pwede.
Oo, tsaka tandaan lang nila na kahit walang free throw yan, may fine na nakalakip. Yan. And of course, also, we have that rule na if your technical fouls pile up, at some point, the next technical will get you a suspension. A one-game suspension. So kailangan din mag-ingat ng mga players when it comes to that. Stockton trying to get going here in the fourth. That's back-to-back threes para sa Converge. And they're within 17. This timeout is brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook. The records that Rain or Shine have been setting here in this conference, they've been piling it up, Coach RG.
Tama yan. Kaya very upbeat itong si Coach Yeng Giao. He's very happy with the way he constructed his team and then also the way they are performing on the basketball court. Hindi mo alam kung sino ang atake. Adrian Nocum, who was the best player in the last game with 21, only with 6 points, but still they're enjoying a 17-point edge.
You know who we haven't even seen in this game? Big Bo Belga. He hasn't even entered the game. Dati, last conference, he would play spot minutes. Pero siguro kasi, tago niya rin sa minuto yung import. But Bo has been very busy along the sidelines.
It is just too easy for even the guards to break the defense of the FiberXers. So that is also one thing that you're noticing, kulang pa talaga sa cohesion or chemistry itong FiberXers dahil hindi pa sila masyado nag-uusap sa kanilang depensa. So good stop there, Kelly, getting the defensive rebound. Now they're off and running.
Stockton thought about it. Nawala lang sa kanya yung bola. Villegas being chased by Williams. Passes it to Nocum. Adrian. Nalusutan si Kelly.
And I'm not surprised at all because this guy is just so fearless. Remember in their very first game, he attacked the defense of a 7-4 ball, Manute ball, and he was also able to make a basket. Ngayon naman 7-1, walang problema yan.
Here's Kelly, gustong bumawi. He drew a foul and he's gonna be back at the free throw line.
Ibang klase rin itong si Nocum na to. Alam mo, makikita mo talaga rito kay Nocum na kung mas malaki yung kalaban niya, mas ginaganahan siya.
Totoo.
Diba?
Talagang walang katakot-takot. Itong si Adrian Nocum. Wala na balita.
Yes, despite the 1-4 record, Kyler Kelly still being here is a testament ng tiwala sa kanya ng management. Sabi nga ni Assistant Coach Franco Atienza, they believe they have the weapon, the personnel. It's just that they were hit with a curveball of injuries. And now it's just about playing games together, having practices as a complete unit, and hopefully mag-translate yon and get some sense of flow sa kanilang laro. Back to you, gentlemen.
Gomez de Leaño could not finish the layup, but he'll be back at the free throw line.
Well, I fully subscribe to that feedback and what he honestly feels. We're talking about Coach Franco. With the way this team is playing, they have not played with a complete roster. May papasok na bago, may mawawala and all that. So hindi mo talagang masasabi na ito ang kupunan na talagang matibay na matibay. Look at Gomez de Leaño, for example. Only 12.5 points per game in his first 2 games, and after that, he did not play because of an injury. Only 42, or what? That's good enough. That 42% from the 3-point area. 6 assists is also up there. But one issue is, what about on the defensive end? Ano yung teamwork na lalaroin nila? Basketball is not all about offense. The best way to check whether you're playing as a strong unit is you see them play team defense. Yun ang kulang ngayon dito sa Converge.
Ito, they're trying to get a stop. Johnson fires away. No good. Pagkakataon na naman para sa Converge. Nagmamadali sila. It's Williams. Hitting the brakes. Mikey asking for it again. Kontra kay Santillan. Lulling the defender to sleep. Williams. Money on the three. Just like that, 11 points na lang ang namang ng rain or shine.
Tama. There's still a lot of fight left here for the FiberXers. Almost another stop. Let us see. Incomplete. But 12 seconds to manufacture a basket for the Elasto Painters. But the most important aspect in the game is they're now hitting shots. Look at this move of Mikey. He likes that. He dribbles with his right, gets his rhythm, the side step to create space. We saw that when he was playing in his previous team. Now we're seeing it again. Are we going to see it? Yes, time and time again.
That's the deadliest Mikey Williams move. Yung pag-step side niya
to
the right and the pull-up. Johnson touched the ball after he made the basket, so he's going to be warned for delay of game.
Now for Kelly, he really must exert more effort defending, especially the interior. There are times in the game wherein he will just ball watch. There is no way Policarpio can stop Johnson. It really has to be Kyler Kelly from the weak side, or even fronting the offensive player.
Stockton libre sa tres. Couldn't knock it down, and good tap by Malonzo. Makukuha ng rain or shine yung bola. Tatakbo sila. What a pass! Hindi lang nakumpleto ni Santillan. Malonzo fights hard and mops up the mess.
And another situation wherein the three-guard combination is good offensively because all can score. Stockton, Gomez de Leano, and Mikey Williams. But if it is about protecting the paint, defending, kailangan better effort dito kay Kelly, pati kay Policarpio. Yun ang kulang eh. Alam mo, minsan nangyayari na umuopensa na sila, which is always good because they need it. They're still down by 15. But I just could not help to go back on the previous play wherein it's either an easy layup by the Elasto Painters or just mere multiple attempts. But look at this. Miss na yan, ha? But Malonzo, out of nowhere, getting the offensive rebound. Look at the other guys. They were just watching. That is the problem when you ball watch. There is no way you can get that ball off a loose ball or off a second chance opportunity.
And Malonzo getting high fives and cheers mula sa rain or shine bench dahil nga yung pinakita natin, di ba? Double effort siya yung nag-tap kay Johnson to get the defensive rebound. Tapos yung binanggit mo nga, effort on the offensive glass. Yun din ang ginawa ni Policarpio. Siya naman ang pupunta sa free throw line.
6:31 remaining. We're seeing a lot of fight left here for Converge FiberXers. But they need to do two brilliant things. And it's not just on the offensive end. They have to make multiple stops. They have to make it a lot harder for the Elasto Painters to score inside the paint. And they have to make their free throws.
That is very true. Isa yan sa mga nagpapahirap sa kanila dito. Their free throws, they're 10 of 19.
Wow. Iba sana storya natin kung pumasok yung kanilang free throws. He made a second one. But just to dramatize my point, in the two-point area, 27 out of 48 for 56% for the Elasto Painters. So that means yung paint talagang parating bukas yan.
Ito si Johnson. 0-1 crossover. Got rid of Kelly. Dinala pa sa kabila. He'll take two freebies.
Alam mo what we're seeing here? Itong si Kyler Kelly, nahihirapan din sa kanyang individual defense against Johnson because Johnson, because of his strength and his body mass, nauusog niya yung depensa ni Kelly. So Kelly is more often than not off-balanced when he defends itong si Johnson.
In yung 48 minutes kang binabangga at inaatake, at some point, you're gonna feel that it's not something that waits until the next day bago mo maramdaman.
And also we have to remember, itong si Kelly, yung understanding natin sa kanya, napakagaling talaga dumepensa, but he really has to show it. Oh, what a sorry miss by one.
Marami-rami na rin yan. Johnson, kinailangan mag-imbento. Kelly gets it to Stockton. Now it's with Williams. Mikey against Lemeti. Making his move. Gets past the defense.
Kita na natin, bumabalik na. 16 puntos si Mikey Williams.
Here's Mamu. Had a brilliant third quarter. Clarito magbimintis.
Alam ko, manageable to. 12 lang to. May momentum na tong FiberXers Opensa.
And Williams, oh, that is tough. He gets called for an offensive foul.
Yung anticipation ni Mamu na yun, ang ganda. Yun, one-on-one defense lang yun. But he was able to read the attack of Mikey Williams. And as a result, Mamu's defense was able to foil what could have been another basket. Look at him. Nag-lean ng bahagya si Mikey. He fell a little bit. He did not flop. And that made the call possible. Offensive foul called against Mikey.
Pero sunod-sunod yung mga mintes ng
Yun
Rainer
na nga
Shine. Policarpio goes coast to coast. 10 na lang ang laman ng Rainer Shine.
Daming oras pa. 5 minutes remaining in the game.
Converge is right back in it. Policarpio with 11. Mamuyak has 21. At 12 of those in the third. At tuloy-tuloy pa rin na nanlamig itong Rainer Shine. Ball is gonna go back to Converge at diretso sila sa free throw line dahil penalty na.
Tama yan, pero mangyayari yan pagkatapos ng timeout. So bumabalik pa itong Converge. The game is not over yet, only down by 10.
Take a look at the highlights of Mikey Williams in this game. Isa siya sa mga nagbalik sa Converge dito sa fourth quarter. At tulad nung sinasabi mo, Coach, bumabalik na yung laro ni Mikey Williams.
We saw that in their last game. Unti-unti na nakukuha yung kanyang rhythm. And it is not just with his outside shots. Even his penetration, he's getting the right elevation. Alam mo naman natin, he's a rhythm shooter. If he goes right, using his dribble. And also that separation dribble niya, he gets it off with a lot of accuracy. Only averaged 6 points per ball game in the first 4 games, but now Mikey with another 16-point performance in their last game against Barangay Ginebra. He also had a total of 16.
If you've seen Williams before, alam mo na hindi si Mikey yun eh. Yung 6 points per game. I mean, this...
Imposter yun, imposter.
This guy used to lead the league in scoring. One-time scoring champion of the PBA.
9 points. Split from the line. Si Kelly, 11th miss na yun ng Converge.
Ito Rainer Shine. They've been quiet for a long time. Tiongson, back to Mamu. Clarito, aatake. Walang tinamaan yung layup niya. Stockton to Policarpio. Gomez Del Llano from the corner. Bottom of the net. Converge is within 6.
And just when we felt like it's going to be a walk along the park on an easy game for the Elasto Painters, we are just seeing a massive fight back from the FiberXers.
6 na lang ang hinahabol nila. Munti ka pa mola kay Lemeti. Clarito na pigilan. Ito si Tiongson. Titirahan si Policarpio. That's off. Rebound ni Stockton. Things are getting exciting inside the Mall of Asia Arena with under 4 minutes to go.
And that's just a bad understanding of time, score, and situation. There's still a lot of time left. They can still defend on a half-court basis. He did not realize that they were already in penalty. But what I like is the way they're moving that rock. He got the pass of Policarpio, got Juan Gomez de Leon locked in for that shot from the deep corner. He nailed it. And now Stockton. Paano to? Bonus free throws to dahil nagulat si Chongson. Team penalty na pala kami.
And at this point, Coach RG, magiging mas masakit palalo yung mga mintis na free throw ng Converge. So from here on, they've got to make it count.
Oh, yes.
Stockton does.
100% on that trip for Stockton. The lead goes down to just 4 points. We have a ball game. What a treat for our fans here in Moarino.
One possession game. Mamuyak with a backdoor cut. Munti ka maagaw. Clarito. Converge with a chance to tie. If it make a 4. Stockton to Gomez Del Llano says, let's relax. He resets the table para sa Converge. GDL off. Did not need a 3 there, but Juan wanting to go for the dagger.
Oh, yes.
Mahaba pa oras dito. Ang dami pang pwedeng mangyari. It's Lemeti on the move. What a pass! Kyungson from the corner. No! And Policarpio will pick it up. To Gomez Del Llano. Back to Poli. Juan will get the bucket. And the rain or shine lead is down to 2.
And sensational comeback by the FiberXers. At the start of the 4th quarter, they were down by 20, 95-75. Look at our score right now, 109-107. We have a ball game.
Kyungson is fouled by Kelly. Pupunta siya sa free throw line. Nag-iba ang ihip ng hangin dito sa Pasay. It was all rain or shine until this massive 4th quarter para sa FiberXers.
And what they have proven is, yes, they have quick hands. They can foil this defensive or the offensive execution of the Elasto Painters. And the last line, good thing is, they can actually make the extra pass.
What Converge went with was this 3-guard lineup. Kanina laging double big eh. Kyler Kelly with either Baltazar or Arana. Now they went a little bit smaller. And it worked, Coach RG.
Very potent talaga, especially when you talk about the offensive firepower of these 3 gentlemen. We're talking about Stockton, Juan Gomez de Leon, and Mikey Williams. But the anchor on defense right now are the 2 big guys, Kelly and also Policarpio.
Kelly gustong umatake, a foul called on Kyungson. Kailan sinasabi hindi niya raw na foul, and Coach Cheng will use his final challenge. Kung bumitaw na kayo early in this game, saying tambak naman, and Rain or Shine was out to get their 6th straight win, well, we hope you're back with us because it has completely changed.
And what we're seeing is a souped-up FiberXers team as we take a look at this challenged call. Defensive foul was called against Chongson. Coach Yang Yao felt like Chongson was kumbaga jumping without restricting o di kaya yung tinatanggal yung advantage ni Kelly doon sa cylinder na yon. Pero this is gonna be a close one, John.
Yeah, and they're still reviewing it. Something also na kailangan natin makita is yung
may
titignan
ward
din ng
off
referees.
ba? Diba yung left?
Yung left arm ni Kyungson
Yes.
actually, nakasandal. I think they're ready to make their announcement.
So na-violate ba yung bang cylinder na yon, the defensive cylinder allowed to a defensive player?
Etong si Juan at si Mikey, nakatutok talaga dito sa ating technical table. Ewan ko kung they're trying to plead their case. But our referees, they're tougher than that. They'll be reviewing it and they're ready to make their announcement.
After the review, there was no illegal contact by Johnson against Kelly. Therefore, the challenge made of Rain or Shine is successful. Jump ball situation at the center line.
Wow! So, not only was the foul revoked, wala na pong foul on Kaylan Johnson. Jump ball tayo at center court.
And that is why it is important to have a challenge sa ganitong mga sitwasyon, yung critical moments of the game. Yun ang ginagawa ni Coach Schenkel. Tama na naman yung challenge niya. Although, maski dalawang successful siya, wala na siyang challenge the rest of the way.
True. Tapos, penalty na both teams. So
yes.
That is a big part of the storyline of the final 2 minutes and 20 seconds of regulation between Rain or Shine and Converge. Ang Rain or Shine po 5-0, naghahanap ng pang-anim na sunod na panalo. Ang Converge naman, 4 na sunod-sunod na talo. They want to change the narrative with a big win here. Johnson found himself open. Money on the 3.
Wow. What a confident basket by Johnson. It's all about reading what the defense is doing. Look at this. They went under, found himself open. The switch was late. Policarpio was not on time to defend that shot of Johnson. And that was a reason why happy si Gabe Norwood.
30 puntos para kay Jalen Johnson, the import of Rain or Shine. Pang-4 na tres niya na rin yan. Samahan mo pa ng 17 rebounds at 3 assists, Coach RG. May 2 sapal pa yan. He's done everything para sa Elasto Painters. And you saw how happy Gabe Norwood was. Kasi kadalasan may curse yan eh, di ba? Kapag may na-award na ng best player or may nire-retire, natatalo. But Rain or Shine wants to change that. They have more games coming up on April 15, 21st, and 25th. Terra Firma, Phoenix, at Magnolia ang mga susunod na makakalaban nitong Rain or Shine. So, do watch out for those games. Of course, aatid po namin lahat yan dito lang sa RPTV. Jalen Johnson, kahit tayo na nakatutok sa kanya buong laro, medyo nagulat when we found out he had 30 points because he picks his spots. You don't always see him involved with every single Rain or Shine play, but he's very effective.
Tama, and 4 threes already in this game.
And Converge for them the next 3 games, April 15, Titan Ultra. And they'll also have Magnolia on April 19. Tapos, Ball and the rest of the Tropang 5G, April 22 naman. Makakatapat yan ng Converge FiberXers. Well, if we're gonna assess Converge, they played some of their best basketball this conference dito sa larong to. Yun yung katapat nila talaga is an undefeated team.
Especially in the 4th quarter. They were still down by 20 entering the 4th. 95-75. So the right combination finally happened for the team of Coach Delta Pineda. They were able to trim it down to as low as 4, but that was just a booming 3 by Johnson.
So the game situation right now, yun nga, meron pang 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Both teams are in penalty. 2 full timeouts na iiwan sa Rain or Shine. May isa pa ang Converge. You got more basketball coming your way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Our official ice point drink. Molten, our official ball. Dr. Teals, our trusted post-game wellness partner. official outfitter. Healthy and purebred, our official hydration partner. Juneco Tech, our official quality partner. Our valued licensees. PBA.
Game tomorrow over at the Nino Aquino Stadium will be Tropang 5G going up against the Terra Firma Jeep. The first game. Tapos yung guest team natin, Macau Black Knights, will face the Meralco Bolts, who are currently peaking behind their import Marvin Jones. And we're back to the action here. Don't go anywhere din. Pagkatapos itong laro, syempre, abangan natin Manila Clasico on a Friday night dito sa Mall of Asia Arena. Williams. Gomez Del Llano, balik kay Balti, steps back. That's a miss though.
Medyo malamig si Balti. Ngayon lang pinasok. Di na nakuha yung kanyang normal rhythm shot from the outside.
Johnson. Papasa ng depensa ni Kelly. Got the separation, walks back. Clarito looking for a three. No good. And it's Kelly with a rebound. Baltazar gustong umatake. Balti finishes through the foul.
So he could not get it from the outside, but he made sure he'll get it on a layup. He's expecting the same result, at least a total of 3 points in this play. Foul was called against Jonard Clarito. Baltazar with a total of 11 points, or 9 points only. He was held scoreless in the middle quarters. Oh, he missed the last, he missed the free throw.
11 missed free throws, Coach.
Dami yun. Dami
actually,
masyado
12
yun.
na.
Yes, pang 12 yun.
Ito na naman ang rain or shine. Johnson, nalusutan yung depensa. There's that JJ shimmy. I think it's safe to say this guy loves to dance. And well, he's given Rain or Shine a lot to dance about and be happy about.
And they are just valuing their execution. That small to big screen. All of a sudden, Kyler Kelly was caught in traffic. It was Mikey Williams who was left trying to defend a much taller offensive player in Johnson. Result, obvious. Add another 2 points for Johnson.
This game has Rain or Shine fingerprints all over it. High scoring, fast-paced action. Now, dito nga sa fourth quarter, nabanggit ni Coach RG, sumabay naman itong Converge. Pero like what happened against San Miguel, itong Rain or Shine, after losing a 20-point lead, they recovered and showed their composure down the stretch.
That is pretty obvious. That is what Coach Yang Giao is most proud of with his team. You know, the PBA is an elite playground. The teams can really fight back. But the question is, after your opponent fights back, do you still have enough energy and enough firepower to complete the feat by going for a victory? Yun ang ginagawa ni Johnson with the shimmy. Kitang-kita mo, marami pa siyang energy. And we did not even realize this. Quietly efficient. 32 points, 18 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 4 out of 9 from 3.
14 on the shot clock.
A minute and 11 left. Oh, this is just a 2-possession game, but Converge, may kailangan nila makascore, and it was a block from Tiong Son. Johnson. Stockton nakakuha ng bola. Alec, head to the line.
Number 2, Felix Lanetti, his first.
Mamuyak asking na reviewin ng referees yung play. Sinasabi niya, sinipa daw siya ni Stockton. But the call has been made and it's a foul on Rain or Shine. So yun nga, dalawang free throws para kay Alec. Pasok yung una.
16 total points for Stockton. 9 happening here in the fourth quarter. So nabuhay din, nagising. Yan ang si Alex Stockton.
Crucial yung mga tres na binitawan niya dito sa fourth.
Siya rin ang rason bakit sila nakabalik.
Almost a steal para kay Balti. And there's the steal that Converge is looking for. They have to go quickly though. Gomez Del Llano, balik kay Stockton, pinag-isipan yung 4. Now it's 1 again for 4. They've been looking for that 4-point shot. Pero ilang possessions na yan, Coach RG, that Mikey Williams hasn't gotten a touch.
Tama ka.
Rain or Shine trying to go for the dagger. Johnson for 3. Money on the 3.
That is a dagger.
And he's found a dancing partner in Kaylan Tiongson. Rain or Shine, they're back with smiles on their faces. Kanina nawala yan, nung nawala rin yung lamang nila.
Alam mo, pwede kang magganyan dahil nananalo eh. Kaya kita mo rin yung talagang mga important shots that he was able to knock down, especially in the fourth quarter, kung saan humahabol itong FiberXers. And look at him, he's just enjoying everything. He's making big-time baskets, and he is punctuating it with a series of dance moves.
That's the Luke Cornett dance. But definitely, I mean, kung natulungan mo yung koponan mo to go up 5-0, and if you get a stop or 2 in 21 seconds, you could be 6-0. The best start ng franchise ng Rain or Shine. Ngayon, best start na yung 5-0. They can even improve that. They have definitely reasons to dance.
Tsaka yung tatlong nakalaban nila ron, yun yung mga perennial contenders eh. Yung tinalo nila TNT, Meralco, tsaka San Miguel. Ayun, Mintes, airball si Alex Stockton doon. What about the performance of Johnson? We're seeing a lot of nice dance moves, but hindi mo ipagkakaila na talagang he came out firing from all cylinders. 35 points and 20 rebounds in tonight's game.
And Rain or Shine, moments away from a 6th straight win. Ang sinasabi ng Converge, maaga pa lang daw, they were trying to foul already. But Rain or Shine, they've just been, they've been brilliant all conference long. Sabi mo nga, Coach, yung running game nila, even Coach Sheng said, yun naman talagang identity namin.
Oh yes, just a joy to watch. Primarily because they're enjoying every second of basketball play. So yun din ang maganda eh. Yung nagpapasahan sila, they're playing so well offensively and they play as a cohesive unit also. Tapos parating may nagsi-step up. It's not Adrian Nocum in tonight's game. It is obviously their import complemented the game of Mamuyak. But eventually the big baskets of Johnson secured another victory for the Elasto Painters.
And they gave more reasons for Gabe Norwood to celebrate on the evening where Rain or Shine officially retired Norwood's number 5. Nagbigay pa ng panalo itong Elasto Painters, their 6th in as many games dito sa Commissioner's Cup. It's just a joyful evening para nga dito sa prangkisa ng Rain or Shine.
Well-deserved para rito sa Elasto Painters. Again, they played with so much composure, led by their import. He buried the baskets that mattered the most, especially in the fourth quarter. He attacked the basket against a local defender. He was able to score. Also, he backed down a smaller defender, slam dunk. As a result, he was really lording it over offensively and give him space from the outside. He is just a willing shooter from deep. 35 big points, 21 rebounds, and look at his action right after he makes a basket. Well-deserved for this man.
And yet again, another 120-point outburst para sa Rain or Shine. They take this win, 120-111 over the Converge FiberXers. And don't go anywhere dahil ito na po ang inaabangan ng maraming PBA fans. It's Manila Clasico dito sa Mall of Asia Arena happening on a Friday night. That will do it for us for your first game from Pasay. For my partners, Coach Ryan Gregorio and Miss Apple David, para rin po sa aming incredible production and technical teams. My name is Judd Sulit. Don't go anywhere. Coming right up, it's Manila Clasico. And also, congratulations, Gabe Norwood, on your official jersey retirement with Rain or Shine.
It just happened. Like I said, my team set me up to, like I say, to shine, make that shot. So we executed. It's all shouts out to the team.
A lot of celebrating, a lot of dancing tonight. Is there anyone special that you'd like to dedicate this victory to?
Shout out my mom. Shout out Natalie over there. We see her. And shout out all the fans, man. Shout out Gabe. Salamat, Gabe.
Salamat, Gabe. Indeed, salamat, Jalen, and congratulations. Let's now hear it from Coach Yang Yao.
And now we are with our winning coach, Coach Yang Yao, Raider Shine. Coach, congratulations. Parang deja vu nung last game against San Miguel. You lose a big lead. You give the other team a chance to win in the fourth quarter. What are the lessons that should be learned by now? Because maybe sa next game, Coach, you don't escape with a victory.
Ano parati yun, it's always a mental collapse. No? It's just relaxing when you feel that you have a good lead. Madalas mangyari pero andun pa rin yung swerte. No? One of these nights, hindi namin masosurvive yung ganong mga rally. But hanggang may momentum, hanggang sunuswerte, we'll take the wins. No, a win is a win. We have 6 wins. I think it's good enough to make the quarters. But para
Welcome back to our PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup online chat party here on our One Sports YouTube channel, brought to you by TapTap. Ang final score ng ating Game 1 dito sa ating doubleheader at the MOA Arena. Rain or Shine gets the win against Converge 120-111. Rain or Shine came out firing in the third, widening the scoring gap led by Gian Mamuyak. And Converge really continued to fight up until the last minutes of this game, but unfortunately fell short. Rain or Shine was able to recover in those dying minutes of the game, pushing their standing to 6-0 here in the Commissioner's Cup. Ang ganda pa rin ng standing nila. They remain undefeated. And let's look at the stats of this game. We saw Coach Yang say that his team can push the pace for all of the 4 quarters. And nakita naman natin yan with their points of turnovers, 17-13 against Converge. Second chance points, 12-0. Offensive rebounds nila, 12-8. And itong Converge, nahirapan din sila getting their points from the free throw line, only shooting 58% from the free throw line. So that, unfortunately, is another loss for the Converge FiberXers. Let's look at some of the top scorers. Ang ating best player of the game para dito sa Rain or Shine, Johnson, leading the way, 35 points, 21 rebounds, 2 blocks. Gian Mamuyak also making his presence felt here today para sa Elasto Painters with 21 points. Tiongson with 14. On the other end, para dito sa Converge, it was Stockton leading the way with 17 points. And then Arana, Williams, and Kelly all contributing 16 points each. Let's check out some of the highlights from this game. Dito sa ating third quarter, we saw hot shooting mula dito kay Tiongson. That is a 3 for him to extend the lead, and he is not done just yet. He was able to get back-to-back triples there, and then that was an acrobatic finish mula kay Gian Mamuyak. Kyler Kelly gets the end one play against Jalen Johnson, trying to close the gap, but Rain or Shine, keeps widening the scoring. Gian Mamuyak once again really hot in the third quarter. 90-75 is the score. Andre Caracot sees the opening, pull-up jumper, gets it to go. Highlights natin for our third quarter. Now moving on to our final quarter, Malonzo hits the 3. Trying to extend that gap. 177 ang score. Mikey Williams trying to get his team back here in this game with a 3-pointer of his own. Adrian Nocom goes ahead, attacks Kyler Kelly. Fearless bucket para dito kay Nocom. Score is 109-95. Rain or Shine still in the lead. Mikey Williams makes his move. Fast drive. Gets the bucket inside. And then Juan Gomez Del Llano gets a big corner 3, trimming the lead. This was a big run of Converge in the last 5 minutes of this game. Jalen Johnson, though, says no thanks, answers with a big 3, and nakita talaga natin umangat yung kumpiyansa ni Jalen Johnson in the last few minutes of his game. We saw a couple of dances from him, and another dagger 3 for Jalen Johnson. 35 points for him to give rain or shine their 6th straight win here in the Commissioner's Cup. Now, let's give some shout-outs. Again, as promised, babasahin ko yung mga comments niyo. Hi to Earl from Japan. Sabi, Gabe is one of the few players with no haters and bashers. Thank you so much, Gabe. If you missed it earlier, we saw Gabe's jersey retirement ceremony. So, thank you so much, Gabe, and we wish you all the best. Sabi ni Joselito, he is watching from Japan. Anthony from Canada. Sabi ni Michael, he was cheering for Converge. Solid fan siya ni Juan Gomez Del Llano from Pasig, Iloilo. Jericho is watching from Cabuyao, Laguna. Solid rain or shine. Hi to the Paraiso family. Hi to Dexter from Iran. Sabi ni Ariel, happy retirement, Mr. President. Sabi naman ni Rolando, Gabe has a legacy worth remembering. That is so true. Sabi naman ni Hil Paulo, thank you, Gabe. Ilan lang ang player na loyal sa isang team. Yes, he saw 17 years with rain or shine, and good luck sa next journey mo. Sabi naman ni Lemuel, Luis Cola will remember Gabe for the rest of his life. And Crossover said, Hinebra fan here. I'm sure nakaabang ka na sa ating game 2. Pero sabi niya, salute to Gabe for being the ultimate professional. And thank you for serving the national team for many years. Thank you for hanging out sa ating chat party. Tingnan natin ang next 3 games for Rain or Shine and Converge. Starting with Converge, their next game will be against Titan Ultra on Wednesday, April 15 at Inares Center, Antipolo, 5:15 p.m. Then they will be taking on Magnolia Sunday, April 19, 7:30 at Inares Center, Antipolo. And then TNT naman ang makakalaban nila on Wednesday, April 22, 7:30 p.m. at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Rain or Shine will also be looking to extend their winning streak here and remain undefeated against Terra Firma Wednesday, April 15, 7:30 p.m. at Inares Center, Antipolo. Phoenix on Tuesday, April 21, 7:30 p.m. at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. And Magnolia on Saturday, April 25, 7:30 p.m. at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Now, keep joining us here because our next PBA live chat will be for the next game, Manila Clasico. That is starting in just a bit at the Mall of Asia Arena. But reminding everyone na para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. No transfer fee to mobile banks and e-wallets. And also inviting everyone for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and TikTok. Once again, my name is Carla Lizardo Sulit. Ako din makakasama niyo sa next game, so keep it locked in here sa One Sports YouTube channel.